Friday night, we are here at the YouTube Space London. It is, of course, Voltage. I'm Becky Evans.
And I'm Laurence McKenna, and this is race 4 of season 5 of Formula E. It's going to be a good one. The only better place to be than here is Mexico City.
Yeah.
Have we got a show for you? It's going to be fantastic. Here is what's coming up. Well, obviously, you can see the race live with us. It's going to be a good show.
It is.
It's going to be a great race. And for the past few seasons, it has been a very good one. There's a massive competition coming up as well. You can win an Xbox One within that. And obviously, a copy of Forza Motorsport 7. And, of course, the guys themselves, Joe Weller.
How's it going?
In the studio. Good to see you guys.
Over there. Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty well, actually.
Good stuff.
Chilling out with you guys watching the race. You can get all your views on, obviously, questions for these guys and everything else that you want to tell us about the race on @FEVoltage and #FEVoltage.
Yep, so I will be checking that throughout the show to see what you guys have got to say about these boys being here. But if you want to watch the race completely uninterrupted, you can get on the links just below. So that's BT Sport, Eurosport, and also the BBC. But before that, I'm going over to my race control area where we have the Formula E guru, that is Scott Mitchell, everybody.
Hey! He's stunning!
So
Scott.
to have you here again. Good job, good job. Right, Mexico. Headlines, my boy.
We've got a new driver on the grid, Felipe Nasr at Dragon, not to be confused with Felipe Massa at Venturi. We've got an unpredictable track, and just to prove that, we've got the championship leader, Drone D'Ambrosio, down in 18th on the grid, and the winner of the last race in Santiago, Sam Bird, 22nd and last.
Wow. I mean, this race is going to be very interesting. It's proved over the last 3 years that it's, you know, people have gone from the top all the way to the bottom. It's got a lot of action coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the interesting things, we've got obviously attack mode this year, so that's going to spice things up. And this race has always been unpredictable. I remember a couple of years ago, Lucas Di Grassi ended up last with a broken wing and still managed to come through to win. So anything can happen.
Absolutely. There are so many turns in there where there's so much carnage that can happen.
Yep.
Well, for you guys at home, if you are aware of Formula E or if you've been following it, here's a little video to show you exactly what it's about.
Formula E, the cleanest, greenest motorsport on the planet. Travels the globe delivering electric street racing directly to the fans at some of the world's most iconic locations, big cities across 5 continents. And so far this season, we've seen thrilling battles,
Oh, this is going to be quite the move. They have a little bit of a rub.
unexpected drama,
Both of the DS to Cheetah cars are now serving drive-through penalties for a technical infringement.
and a shock win for BMW's Antonio Felix da Costa in round 1 in Adiria. Round 2 and the Red City Marrakesh was the venue for one of the most dramatic races Formula E has ever seen. The reigning champion, Jean-Eric Vergne, caused carnage at the first corner.
Vergne goes for it out of nowhere, and Vergne spins!
And the 2 BMWs threw away a clear 1-2 when they crashed late in the race.
Side goes Sens and Da Costa.
What are you doing?
They hit each other, Da Costa's in the wall, and the lead is gone!
Allowing an unexpected winner to shake up the order.
Jerome D'Ambrosio wins for Mahindra!
Sizzling Santiago hosted round 3, and the South American city gave us the hottest Formula E race on record, with no shortage of action.
He pushes him in the wall! Vandoorne's in trouble! Lock up from Bird, he's through! Buemi's in the wall, Bird's in the lead! And it's victory for Bird in Santiago!
Season 5 of Formula E. 22 drivers and 11 teams, with attack mode, sharp aero and a more powerful battery. 3 different winners out of 3 races. The title fight is wide open as we step into the ring in Mexico for round 4.
Well. If you did not know what Formula E was before, you now know. And if you didn't know who these guys were before, it's time to have a little chat to them, see what you guys' involvement in Formula E, because you've both been to a race, haven't you?
Yes, I went to Chile.
Chile, that was last time as well, so just a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, unbelievable. Obviously, it was like 40 degrees Celsius, so it was boiling, but I mean, the excitement, everything that happened, it was nuts.
Well, actually, the thing is, we've got a video of you out there as well, and other stuff that Joe does. Let's take a look at that now.
Oh, good. Falling off the roof. Talent.
Where's the salmon-coloured part,
I don't know how they see
Look
where
at
they're
it.
going, but
Wow.
yeah, so they're just warming up at the moment.
And there you are by the track.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was ridiculously hot while you're out there.
As you can see by the sweat stains. No, yeah, it was chaos, but look, as you can see there, I went in the BMW i8 and we did a full-on race lap.
Yeah, it's pretty intense when you get in there. I went in that car as well.
I was sweating my brains out, as you can hear. I was off the rails at this point, but it was fun.
It did look pretty good. What was the race experience like for you? Because you were sort of wandering around the track.
Yeah. Now, obviously, luckily we had a great view, so we could see, obviously, what little moment there was that the cars went past. But seeing, obviously, the intricacy of how they would tactically do their thing, it was mental for someone that's never really watched motorsport before.
Have you? Because YouTubers sort of are in this weird zone between being a celebrity and just being a normal guy.
Yeah.
You got to like hang out with Rita Ora and those sorts of things.
Well, hang out.
That's a bit of a push.
I don't know about that because obviously, like, she was, I think, coming out of the lavatory. No, wait, let me explain it. Basically, she was coming out of somewhere, and I was just like, Rita, can I have a pic?
Yeah.
And then obviously a bit of an incident with my mum happened, where she.
Incident?
Yeah. So obviously I had a pic, and then my mum was like, Rita, please can I have one? She turned her back and just literally like walked off. So I know it was a bit sad, but it's obviously it's in my video, but. Yeah, but oh well, apart from that, it was amazing. It
looked amazing. It's well worth a look. Go over and take a look at the video on Joe's channel. More questions for Joe later. If you want to get those in, it's at FEVoltage and hashtag FEVoltage. Over to you now, Ethan, obviously.
Yes, I ended up in Marrakesh.
That was pretty good. Let's take a look at what your video would be, because we always edit down something nice.
I'm opening packs.
That's you opening packs.
It is. The origins of what I used to do.
What was Marrakesh like? Tell me a little bit about Marrakesh.
Well, this time, because obviously I've shot there before for the Sidemen show, but this time I got to take in a bit more of the culture.
Yeah.
I also got to do the experience.
What was the experience?
Dune buggying.
Oh, yeah, you almost flipped over. Yeah.
Brandon, messed yourself, almost killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad was hanging out the top of the dune buggy.
There it is, actually.
Here it is.
You can actually see the moment where you almost, well, died.
Yeah, look, that one in the background's flipped over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That is pretty crazy, though.
We was meant to be going on an hour and a half dune buggying experience, 20 minutes.
Oh.
What was the race actually like for you?
It was my first time at a Formula E race, obviously, and I hadn't watched much of it before, safe to say. But it was really interesting just to see what it's all about.
Wait, did you go in like a
BMW? Yeah, I did a BMW. However, I strapped the GoPro too far up on my head.
I'm going to have to stop you there because Saunders is ready out on the track. I think he's found someone. Saunders, you out there?
Oh. I am.
Saunders, how you doing?
How you doing, guys?
Very good.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the camera. There I am. Right, I'm going to get to the pleasantries later. We can catch up because I've got someone here with me that I'd love to talk to you. Pascal, how you doing?
Pascal! It's big boy Pascal.
This guy, he's got himself at the front of the grid. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So last race, obviously, you had you finished second after an incredible battle with Sam Bird. And this time, you're front of the grid, you're starting off great, and a little fact for you. Over social media the last week, the Formula E fans were asked how likely you were to win this race. And over 60% of them said that you were going to win the race before qualifying, before free practice. So you've got some serious support.
Thank you. Only 60%. No, I'm joking.
Love that.
You've also got some support in the studio as well, because I think Joe Weller, who's out in Santiago, is rooting for you as well. So you've got plenty of support. But talk to us about what you're looking to do going into this race. You're obviously in the best position you can be. How do you keep that?
Yeah, the most important thing is to have a good start and then managing the energy. Last time we were temperature limited, so this time we don't expect issues with temperature. Let's see how it goes. In qualifying, the car was really fast, and hopefully we can have the same car in the race.
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret that you are.
He loves doing his bit.
You're doing very well as a rookie, probably a bit better than some of the other rookies are doing. So you've got yourself in a really good position. I think you're strong for today, strong for the season. It must feel good knowing that you've started the season so strong and you've still got a long way to go, but you're doing really well.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, the team is giving me so much confidence, and I'm so happy to be with Mahindra. And, I feel like I can extract the maximum out of myself, also because of the team. So, they give me a great car, and yeah, then on track I just have to do what the car is capable of.
Well, best of luck. Enjoy. I'll see you on the other side. Now, guys, before you go, can I just show you a real quick close-up of this car? I don't think you've had the opportunity to actually see a Formula E car really close up. So come along, come with me.
Kiss it.
Come with me.
Can you kiss the car?
Let's get down. Rob, you all right to come down?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is a Gen 2 car in the wild.
Can you kiss it, Saunders?
It's super sexy. This is a lovely...
Nog it!
He's ignoring.
I'm just going to look around, see if I can do that. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Yeah!
He's had a second Saunders kiss. This is a winning car. But there we go. Lovely livery. Obviously a high-performance car. It's done well last time out in Santiago. I think it's probably going to do well again here. But yeah. Any questions from you guys while I'm on the grid?
Oh, yeah. Joe.
So, firstly, it's Ethan following Pascal, not me.
Yeah.
But secondly, how does the heat compare to Santiago?
My mistake. I got the two of you mixed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Heat-wise, Joe, it's not as hot as it was for us in Santiago. It was 38 there. That was actually the hottest day that Santiago's ever had.
Yeah.
Where it's about 28, so we've got 10 degrees less. It's capable. I'm doing all right. I've got black jeans on though, which is a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
Awful mistake.
Yeah. I'm glad the camera showed it as well. Saunders, you're doing really well. Which car is that you kissed, by the way? Do you know whose car that is?
That's Pascal Verlaine's car.
Wow, okay, wow.
I spoke to you.
A
This is
blessed
potentially
car.
the winning car.
Lovely.
If he stays in position, this is the winning car.
Yeah. Saunders, it's incredible to see you. Well worth following Saunders on Instagram. Fantastic. No, we're going to come back later for that, so that's good. Saunders, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Do love Saunders.
No worries. See you later.
Great guy. Yeah. Go follow Saunders on Instagram. he keeps you up to date with everything that's out there. It's really good. Saunders, CB. Anyway, there is a competition for you guys. Check that out.
Oh, wow.
What's that, an Xbox?
Wait, so we can win that?
Well, yeah.
Wait, well, why? The people watching.
Oh, normal people can win these sorts of things, Joe's not
real people, man.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
Anyway, you can win an Xbox One, a copy of Forza Motorsport 7, just by doing this. All you have to do is follow @FEVoltage on Twitter and retweet the competition tweet that's on there, and a winner will be randomly chosen by Tuesday.
Brilliant.
Well worth a look. There's also some signed caps as well that you get in that if you win.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
So wait, so who's signed this?
Well, I believe it's Joe Weller.
So KSI.
KSI.
Quickly, wait, there was a pen.
It's well worth it. There's a lot of big names on there. Will Nee's on there as well. I think Ali A's on there. Some nice guys. Anyway, you can win those. Hit us up on Twitter, and of course, you know how. Becky, I need a bit more race briefing before we start, though. What do you got?
Absolutely. So qualifying has been very interesting. I mean, I watched that earlier. Sam Bird, who was the favourite, he's suddenly finding himself at the back of the pack.
Yeah, he didn't even do a lap in qualifying. The car shut down on his outlap. So here we go. We've got the pictures of it here. This is the moment your heart absolutely sinks. Like,
is software, do you think?
Yeah, it's just something that happens. These cars are so technically complex. It could be anything. It could be software. It could be something not fitted properly. It could literally be a loose wire. So absolute nightmare for Sam Bird.
But Pascal Verlaine, he is absolutely flying. He's got himself in pole position. That boy is on a mission.
It's been an incredible adaptation to Formula E, and I can see from you guys, obviously, like, I think a few people in Formula E have fallen in love with him quite quickly. He's young, he's quite cool, he's very, very quick. So yeah, he's made an instant impact.
Considering that, you know, some of the big rookies that are in the field are down at 21st and 22nd, you know, the big Formula One guys. So I think he's come in with an absolute smashing start.
Yeah, people like Felipe Massa have won races, and Massa's not even scored a point so far in Formula E.
Now, attack mode, for the first time, this is going to be on the inside of a corner. Now, we're at the Autodromos Hermanos Rodriguez. Now, that is a mouthful, isn't it? So we're here, and this is the Forest Zone?
Yeah, so into the stadium section. So it's triple left-hander. You had the attack mode zone on the right-hand side there. Here it is. So left-hander, you want the car to run out wide right, but the attack mode zone's on the inside. So the cars are going to have to slow down, the drivers are going to have to slow down massively, get to the inside to get that power boost. So expect quite a bit of action there, because that's a very fast part of the track for someone to be hitting the brakes and moving left.
It is. I mean, that's what I was saying when I was looking at it. That's a triple apex. Like, you want to be hitting that just right so you can carry that speed. So to have to come to the inside line, slow down, and then exit right back into the traffic, you're going to have to be watching your mirrors a little bit, because I feel like someone could easily be collected there.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially if you're coming into that section, maybe a second behind someone else, and you're focusing, you're sort of looking ahead for your braking zone, and all of a sudden there's a car parked on the apex or just on the exit of the corner. What are you going to do? So I think it's going to be very interesting.
Now, with attack mode as well, as we can see here on the steering wheel, we've got it here. Ooh, trying to take the set up. This is how it's armed, just here. And what that's going to do is give you an extra 25 kilowatts. And it is normally 2 sets of 4 minutes during the race, and they've set it now?
Yes, and it is, again, 2 sets of 4 minutes in the race. So we'll know that a driver has activated attack mode, because the LED lights around the halo will flash light blue. And as you said, 200 kilowatts up to 225 kilowatts. So, and not enough to let you just breeze past someone, but certainly enough to let you get an overtake done.
It's going to be absolutely wide open. I have no idea what's going to happen. But guys, I mean, what do you think?
Well, you can find out what we think in just a couple of minutes because these guys have picked their drivers already.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But now is people's chance to get their Twitter questions in. This is your first opportunity. Some people have been getting some really good questions in.
OK.
I just want to start off with something easy. So it's hashtag FEVoltage and at FEVoltage. The first one's just any trips planned this year. You've already been away to South America. You've already been away to Marrakesh.
I don't have any planned, but I want to get a snowboarding holiday in this year. Big fan. Yeah, big fan of snowboarding, so looking to get one of those in at some point this year.
Cold?
I'm going Cornwall. Yeah, no, it's going to be class. Go with my...
You surf?
No, I'm shocking. But the family want to go, so I think, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Bring the dogs. Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, there's been so many questions on here about both of you guys just being guys who love staying fit in general. Like a lot of people asking questions about what inspired you to, you know, change your lifestyle, as someone says.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of it was due to the boxing event with Joe and JJ themselves.
Yeah.
And seeing how much they put into something like that sort of sparked me up. And yeah, got myself involved. Now I'm addicted. So.
It is quite an addiction, though, isn't it?
Without
you
doubt.
must know about that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been doing it since I was like 14. So like, it's difficult though because you don't want to get too obsessed with.
Yeah.
So the fact that like you would go anywhere and feel like you absolutely can't let your nutrition slip or anything because it's unhealthy. But having that balance is good. It's like it's healthy for your brain and physically and everything. So yeah, it's good.
A lot of people asking about because obviously you've got a big interest in cars anyway.
Yeah.
And so what do you drive? You drive a Nissan
GTR.
Right.
Yeah. My baby, dream car growing up.
And you modded it as well?
Yes, yeah, up to 700 horsepower, sets fire to things.
Right, which
so,
is sick in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. How fun. I describe it as like, it's a little boy's car. When I drive down the street, they all go, ah! So,
It's a little boy's car.
It's Fast and Furious. It's Fast and Furious, basically.
Yeah.
Which is a great, it's a great anyway.
Yeah, I'm a real-life Fast and Furious driver.
Have you ever had a track day with it or anything like that?
No, I'm not allowed on there because it's too loud.
Really?
Yeah,
You
too
must
many
be
decibels.
over 125 decibels then if you...
Yes, yeah,
That
it's
is
too loud. No one,
ridiculous.
I've asked, no one will let me on.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
I feel like someone can organise it. And you just cruise around a nice little black number, right?
Mercedes GLC.
It's a lovely car.
AMG.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I've been in the back of that car, actually, weirdly. I'm just not in a weird way. It is a lovely car.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously not as loud as, and probably not as fast as our boys here, but I like it.
though.
Yeah.
I've been seeing them recently and thinking, oh, I like that.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, you can get more of your Twitter questions in for later because we will be asking more questions of you guys. If you've got anything burning that you really want to ask, you know, the guys are right here. And they will answer anything. Once I've asked it, they can't
like, realistically, we're live.
No hiding.
You know, there's no
exactly.
editing.
It's not often you get YouTubers live. That's what's weird about it. Yeah. And of course, we love hearing your opinions here. And so there are loads of you who have been getting your opinions in videos that come into Formula E almost every day. We've cut down some of the best ones for you, and here they are right now.
Hey everybody. Another incredibly hard prediction to make for Mexico on Saturday. I'd have to swing towards Lucas Di Grassi, I'd say, and Audi Sport Apt, because they always do well on this circuit. But then again, I can't count out my apologies to Cheetah and BMW Andretti. Bad weekends for them both in Santiago, but we can see a bounce back this weekend.
The Mexico E-Prix always brings something exciting to the table. It's always an entertaining race. But this weekend, I really hope Andre Lauderer wins. He's long overdue for a win, and the Cheetah really needs the result.
Mexico always gives us some excitement. I expect similar to last year, there will be a bit of track evolution, which might affect the guys who go first in qualifying on Saturday. With that said, I think Mahindra have a really great package, and I would like for them to get another podium just because I think they're doing a really great job with their budget that they have this year. And I'd also like for Lucas Di Grassi and Audi to come into this championship a little bit more, so hoping for them to do well.
Now, to get a real feel for how those drivers are, what they're going to have to face when they get on that track in Mexico, I'm going to take you through on the simulator to show you where the kind of sticky bits are and also where that all-important attack mode is. So I'm going to be taking the Envision Virgin car, so I'm going to pretend I'm Sam Bird for a whole second. I've lost a few inches, but I'm still in there. It's all good. Right, so here we go. One interesting fact about this track is they're actually 2.2 kilometres high up, so it's not going to make any difference to the battery performance, but for the drivers, it can be quite difficult to sort of keep their cool when they're sort of quite short of breath, really. So we're coming down. That first turn one tends to catch a lot of people out. We saw in Shakedown how Pascal Wehrlein dropped a couple of wheels onto the grass, and that grass actually almost sent him into the wall. So it was a bit of a bum clencher moment. But we're here through turn 3 now, which is where a lot of the cars tend to bunch up. In years gone by, we've seen nose cones going flying, we've seen wings go flying, because everyone just sort of concertinas through there. So we're coming into the Forest Soul here. Now, for atmosphere, you can't get any better, to be honest, because everyone is going to be watching all the action as people come round to get that attack mode. And it's right there, see? So you have to come right offline. I mean, don't use my driving here as an example of what they're going to be like, but it is so completely offline, coming on the inside. Coming up through here now, we've got a nice little sweeper where you can get some real speed up, but as with the guys in the other tracks, oh my goodness, going into a wall, perfect. But here it's just designed to slow it down, get some action on track for you guys to make sure that the race is as exciting as it possibly can make it. And there was a lap. I mean, don't put my lap time up for that one because that was fairly atrocious, but at least you know what's going on.
Not bad at all. I actually quite enjoyed that lap. We have now got someone live trackside again. Saunders is out there with Queeble and, of course, Shmee. Saunders, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Laurence.
I love it when you can hear me.
Two guys here. I've got here to my right, Quebblecop, to my left, I've got Shmee. Starting with you, Quebblecop, firstly, what we've got to say is a massive congratulations, because you, just like 2 hours ago, hit 10 million subscribers.
Whoa!
Yes, thank you.
How is that? Obviously, a lot of hard work put into that, but how does it feel?
It feels good, motivated.
Okay, so this is actually your second time here at a Formula E circuit. You were in Punta del Este last year. How does this compare? What are you looking forward to the most today?
I'm obviously looking forward to the race, right? But it's just so different. The location's different. In Punta del Este, it was on the beach, and here we're like in the middle of the city. The track, like everything is just completely different. I love it.
And who are you supporting today?
Robin from Virgin.
I think I know why that is, right? I'm thinking that you got the connection, the national connection,
yes,
right?
He's a fellow Dutchman, of course.
Great stuff. Okay, Shmee, now, hey, you're a man that needs no introduction, especially in the car world, because you've been there, you've done it, you've done a lot of stuff. Is it true that you've actually been on track days with some of the Formula E drivers themselves?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough actually to do a few things. So I did a day with Antonio Felix da Costa, literally training me how to drive and going over data and things, which was really, really cool, just to get those extra seconds out wherever possible. Yeah.
Amazing. And what do you think of is this your first Formula E experience?
I went to one a couple of years ago, and it's amazing to see how it's changed even in that time. Sure. I went to one of the races in Battersea Park. Obviously, the whole scale of everything has clearly vastly expanded since.
And what do you think of the cars? I guess you've seen them on track in qualifying. What's your opinion?
They look amazing, don't they? Isn't it crazy how futuristic the next-gen cars look? It's really, really cool.
Very much so. Who's getting your support today?
Today, I am going to be supporting Daniel Abt. He's a good friend of mine. He had an incident in qualifying and needs to get back up towards the front.
Quick question. Might sound a bit weird, but before I had this show with you guys, I kissed the Formula E car. Would you do the same to the car you want to win?
No. It's dirty. It's all the bugs.
Oh, give it a rest, son.
Rest, mate.
Snog it. Come on.
You could if it's your car.
Get involved.
Maybe if it's your car, you could.
You know what? I would give my arms and my legs to drive in Formula E. That would probably render me not very well to drive, wouldn't it? So, yeah, so guys, thanks very much for joining us. Enjoy the race. I think you're going to love it. I think it's going to be head and shoulders different to what you've experienced before. It's going to be good. Good race. Guys, you've got some stuff to do in the studio. I've got to find a good spot. I've got somewhere in mind which should be, let's just say, atmospheric.
Oh, Saunders.
Okay.
Setting stuff up for later.
He loves it.
Good, Saunders. Thank you very much, Saunders. See you wherever you're going to be later. You guys have no qualms about kissing a car?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Get involved.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Sure.
I kiss my car often.
Yep.
Right, let's talk about you. Obviously, you wouldn't kiss the drivers, but you will kiss their cars. That's obviously quite different.
Yeah, no, of
Who
course.
have you chosen for today's race?
Sam Bird, without a question, obviously, in Chile. I got the chance to interview him. Lovely bloke. He's a great guy, great racer, and obviously, yeah, I'm backing him all the way.
But he's back of the grid. That's the only problem for you.
Look, was it Degrassi?
Yeah.
He was at the back in 2017.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Spot on. So,
you know what? You've been Scott before in priming up. That's good. Yeah.
And he won. So I don't know why Sam Bird, he knows what he's doing. He's switched on. So I reckon he can do it.
Yeah, he won the last one.
Yeah.
I don't see why he can't do well here. What about you?
I'm supporting Pascal. I don't want to ruin his second name.
Okay, fair enough.
Pronunciation.
How can you say so?
Verline.
Verline. It's not that bad.
Verline.
I thought there was going to be some special way that we had to say it, but it's literally just Verline.
WE is a V.
Yeah.
The tempo changes. Sometimes some people call it Pascal Verline.
Some people say Verline. I don't know. Yeah.
He looks like a cool racer.
Pascal's a good
You've got a
name
Nissan
for a
though, and you were
racer,
supporting Nissan before, but you've switched to Verline. You just want to switch it up a little bit.
I mean, he qualified first, so.
Glory Hunter, PSG shirt. I like it.
Ah, says it all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There is a forfeit, by the way, which I think both of you have agreed to.
Yes.
So whoever's, I don't know, whoever's driver or whatever happens within that, something will be decided during the race to work out who's going to win that, all right?
Okay.
But I can tell you later on, if you do set a good lap time on that, then you will not have lost.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Yes.
Wait, I'm rubbish at that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried.
absolutely shocked. Wait, are you any good?
I'm crap, but I fancy my chances.
Wait, do you remember your time when you did it in Marrakesh?
1:30 something.
I was like 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I was literally like, I was shocking.
If I now lose, then it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Joe, obviously you're famous for your boxing as well in the first place. Some of the drivers, no, like so some of the drivers as a sort of a prep for this have done some of their own boxing.
Oh, really?
I've got a little video to show along with that. Do you remember what it was like to go into the gym every day, be wrapping up your hands and sort of getting boxing up? Do you
Tedious.
Yeah,
very tedious. It's very much a case of sacrifice now so that when you need it, it's there for you. Do you know what I mean? So I assume these guys in racing and whatever they do have that same sort of mentality.
Yeah, it's
to get to where they have
mentality.
Yeah. It's like it gets boring, it gets tedious, but you just got to do what you got to do to get to where you want to be, right?
That preparation as well is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, boxing for like your fitness is like I reckon one of the best there is. So, and being in obviously I was in an i8, not an actual E car, but feeling how much your heart rate goes up and how much you need it to like withstand the whole 45-minute race. Like no wonder they have got involved in some boxing.
I think that's what these guys do not understand is sort of when you're watching a racer, you just think, how fit can they be? But these guys have got to be fit, haven't they?
Oh yeah,
huge G-force resistance.
Like you say, that kind of level of fitness, you just got to have a good core, all this kind of thing. You're not just a regular guy who stepped on the street and gone, right, how'd you do this? Do you know?
I think when you're getting like realistically thrown about by going around the corners, your core needs to stay like realistically the whole race, like.
I think my car's got up to like 1-point-something G, and even I feel like my core trying to stabilise in the car. So.
Yeah.
Plus, you'll have intense calorie burn as well, because for about 45 minutes, you're going to be averaging sort of 120, 130, 140 beats per minute.
Great fat burning.
So. That long?
Yeah, that's class.
It's like high intensity training for 45 minutes.
Get me in one of those.
You see the big race, like some of the Formula 1 guys, you see them with weights around their neck, who are doing like the neck.
Boxers will often do that.
So you have that strength to keep your head like straight, because when you're whacking around a track, like you're constantly being moved around, and the weight of a helmet and the weight of the hands device, everything like that.
It's also just the general travel. Join me over here by the calendar, because there's the map over here, right? So these guys are basically flying all over the world. They started over here in Adiria, then they go to Marrakesh, then they're down to Chile, which is where you guys have obviously been. So Marrakesh, hot. Adiria, hot. Chile, hot. Mexico, hot. These guys are constantly going from place to place. When you got down there, it can't have been pleasant to get off the plane, Joe.
I mean, it just hit you, obviously, 40-degree heat.
Yeah.
Like, in shorts and T-shirts, it is borderline unbearable, let alone with the fireproof, kit that they had on. So, as well, the big helmet. So, I don't know how they do it.
It's pretty amazing.
It's mental.
Is there any other location that you guys would want to go to?
Hong Kong.
Why Hong Kong?
It just seems all futuristic. It feels like it fits with the
Formula E brand.
Yeah, the Formula E style, you know. So I'd love to go to that part.
What about you, Ethan?
I'm thinking for me, Monaco.
Monaco's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great part of it. That fits you.
Classy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that is lovely.
Not Paris, then.
No. Paris is later on.
Monaco.
Paris is a lovely place for your race.
Okay.
Seriously, though, Becky has got some more race info for us, though, ahead of the race.
I mean, the analysis that we've got, we can see from the grid, it's a very, very different kind of lineup than we were expecting throughout practice and also shakedown. You've obviously got Pascal in the Mahindra racing car, who's on pole, and Lucas Di Grassi behind him as well, and he's a past winner at this track, so I think he's going to put in a real effort to kind of show him who's boss.
I think if Lucas manages to win this race, it'll be a lot easier than when he won here last time, when he dropped to the back of the grid and had to have a pit stop and then managed to get back to the front. That was an absolutely crazy one. So, but one of the things that interests me is the fact that Felipe Massa and Oliver Rowland were in Super Pole. Like that's a massive boost for two rookies, especially a high-profile one.
Nice.
So here we go. We've got a lap of the track here. So this one has caught your eye, hasn't it?
Yeah, because I've seen in a couple of races Da Costa, you just see him shoot off because he always goes in and like smokes it, and then locks up. And as I said, Pascal had a big moment there in shakedown. Here, this is the one that I was talking about where everyone just shunts in. Yeah. I feel like there's going to be quite a lot of momentum coming through here.
It's such a tight corner.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they love those chicanes in Formula E, don't they? They're just like, do you know what? I'm going to throw one of those in just to really, you know, shake it up a little bit.
Here we go into this. So this is where attack mode on the attack zone on the left-hand side there. Drivers will need to go into that to be able to get their 25 kilowatt power boost. They have to use that twice during the race for 4 minutes.
I mean, what is really interesting as well, in races gone by, I mean, we've seen Oliver Turvey completely owning the race and then just sinking all the way to the back. And then we had Felix Rosenqvist as well, another Mahindra car, where he was absolutely killing it, and then he just had to roll out.
Yeah.
So it produces such different winners, and I'm really interested to see what is going to happen this week.
Obviously, it's not just a attack mode as well that you can get a power boost from. You can do it through fan boost as well. So voting for your favourite driver to give them a little bit of a boost. And at the moment, Stoffel Vandoorne, runaway favourite.
I know, every week he is always up there, but Pascal's definitely going to be getting some big votes there as well.
He's been closing in on the last place to get their fan boost. So I don't know if you can rally some of your followers to get involved.
I'm doing it. Pascal.
It's up until 15 minutes into the race as well, isn't it?
Into the race,
So you've still got time to get your tweets and that
Where's
sort of
Sam Bird on the list?
Sam's going to need a little bit more help.
A little bit more help like Joe Level.
Where is he at?
Clout.
It's not the win. It's the taking part that counts. He's on the list.
Right.
He's quite far down.
Okay. But you're saying we can get Pascal up there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll be happy with that.
I'm going to
Maybe you need to do some social media.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, that's
fans of Sebastian Buemi won't be very happy because he'll be the guy that gets knocked out. But it'll be good for Verline.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you guys can get social media on that.
All right.
It's 1 minute until the race right now. I mean, there's nothing more exciting than race 4, season 5. You can see them out there on the grid. It's getting exciting now when the cars all line up. I love that moment, that feeling.
Do you know what it feels like to be on the grid and actually be about to start a race? I remember when I was a kid, when I was even just go-karting, you feel like you almost want to throw up. There's so much adrenaline pumping through you. And like Lucas Di Grassi, when he won that year, he was just physically and mentally completely done because there is so much strategy involved in this race. Like, this is one of the harder ones, I would say. Well, not that they're all hard, but this one is a particularly tricky one for strategy and keeping those battery levels up.
Well, it's pretty exciting as well because this race is historically one which it's tricky. You don't always get the same, like you said, you don't always get the same winner, and there's, you know, in previous years, it's really been a bit of a banana skin for some of these guys.
Well, like Jerome D'Ambrosio, we saw there, he's second in the championship at the moment, but he's starting at the back, and you've got Daniel Abt and Sam Bird back there as well. So what do they do into turn 1? You've got Formula E, these circuits are so tight and twisty.
Yeah.
They're away.
Oh, and we are about
they will be about to be away. Let's join the commentary team of Dario Franchetti and, of course, Jack Nicholls.
Okay.
Wait, are we allowed to talk?
We have comments?
Oh, sorry, we can't join that broadcast. But along with us, you can watch. They are about to get off. Guys, you ready for
this? Can we talk?
Yeah, you can talk. You can talk.
Let's get involved.
The phrase is, I'm told, I know this phrase anyway.
Oh.
I want to see how this.
It's getting exciting.
If they get a good start, if you've got a good start on your side, then you've got way better chances of getting ahead. And that's number 1.
Wait, so green in Mexico. Everyone's excited.
Let's go, Pascal.
Who is that?
Wow, Pascal straight out.
Big boy Pascal.
He's cut them all up.
That's my racer. Oh no! Oh no!
Lots of
instantly there looks like some kerfuffle.
Oh.
What are you laughing at?
This is the bit now
What are you laughing
where this is where it's all going to potentially come down. This here.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Pascal.
A bit more contact.
A lot of them hitting the corner a little early there.
Yeah, nothing broke.
Yes, Pascal!
Wehrlein's getting ahead. He's getting ahead
That's
already.
my racer, that is.
Yeah.
That's my racer,
Into here, no one I don't think will go through attack mode on this first corner because it's
No.
just not strategically ideal. Just get round and get ahead.
Scott, the good thing for Wehrlein will be that he's not part of that pack, right?
Yeah, and he's broken clear as well, so he's already got a lead of 1.3 seconds. Which
that's my racer. That's my racer.
Well, Bird's already up 2 places.
There you go.
So
I'm going to tweet. I'm still going to boost my goal.
Ollie Rowland, who is another rookie here, like he's up in second, which is amazing because he's a new driver for Nissan, so they'll be very pleased with that. And he's a good boy. He's very northern.
I like that.
Very, very blunt.
Ethan, do you reckon you could do a fan boost plea down, say that camera there, for Pascal?
If you're watching right now, could you please go to the Fan Boost website and vote for Pascal?
Wow.
Make him win this race.
There's compelling stuff there, very compelling.
Yeah. Or you could vote for...
Sam?
Boys and girls, no. Sam Bird, right? He's one of our own, OK? I think just vote for him. He's in like... He started last, so he needs it more than anyone. So vote for Sam Bird now. Thanks.
He's already up into 20th. It's not bad, is it?
No, I mean, he's a smart boy.
Yeah.
He knows how to work the track. And obviously his teammate, Fridgens. How do you pronounce
That's Robin.
Frines. Yeah, he's also very low down as well. So it's not good for Team Virgin, or was it?
Yep.
Virgin?
Yeah. Emberton Virgin.
Yep.
Your knowledge is actually better than most
I'm really impressed.
Well, I went there. I took it all in.
By the way, we've got Saunders standing by the track. Saunders, what space have you found for us?
Well, right now I'm on the pit lane, so this is where all the cars are coming past at the fastest point they can because it's a really long straight. I think one of the longest in Formula E, actually.
Wow.
What a start for Pascal Wehrlein.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's made himself so much space. And then Roland had a great start as well. Took 2 places straight away. But I'm just waiting. I'm buying some time with you guys now and see all the cars come past. So then I can go, look at these guys. They're so bloody quick. Here we go. Here it comes.
Here they come now.
Oh, God, look at them. There's one. Who's out of the back? Van Dorn. Not a great start for him.
Yeah.
He can't get a break this season.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Abd as well, hasn't had a great start.
How are you guys finding it so far while you wait for cars?
It's pretty amazing,
just
to be
spun
honest.
out there?
Whoever's at the very back, that might as well be Van Dorn.
I think that's one of the Dragon cars.
Who is it?
I think it's one of the Dragon cars.
It's one of the Dragon cars.
Penazza, our debutante.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Bit of claret.
Oh, that's not Lord. That's not together anymore.
That car is literally breaking.
That isn't together anymore.
That is really
Is he okay?
That's bad news.
That's the Panasonic Jaguar car. PK Jr.
Oh, Nelson PK.
He is
Nelson's one of my favourite drivers as well.
The whole front end's gone.
Yeah.
You've got front wheel gone, suspension's gone. That is literally just a tub that has gone flying.
Guys, in the gallery, can we try and get a replay of what happened there? Surely there's something out there.
So that'll be a safety car as well.
They're working on a replay for us right now.
So it's this same turn that I told you. It all happens here.
And they get so close.
Yeah.
Like they're within millimetres of
They
each other.
That has crumbled.
Yeah.
They all just
So what's a concertina then?
Concertina is basically just when everything suddenly goes from out here to in here. So everything is bunched up. Everyone ends up up each other's asses, nose cones into wings, the whole lot. And that's exactly what's happened here.
Apparently we can hear some of the comms and see what they're saying about it.
Well, wait and see what happened. Here we go then. Nelson PK on board with him.
This is him through turn 12 actually. Sorry, coming through 13 now.
So he looks to the inside.
Oh, wow. Got airborne. When you've got airborne like that, you have no brakes. Trust me, I know.
Cheated that.
Keep going, mate.
And red flag.
Red flag.
Guys, what does a red flag mean?
Red flag.
Yeah, so
damage to the chicane.
So the red flag means the race is
Here's a
stopped.
look at it again. Keep your eyes to the
It'll be
right-hand side.
It'll
PK
be
went to the
because
inside.
we
Vern came across
they
the
can't
covering.
clear the track up safely or remove the car safely.
Right.
And because obviously we've seen the track's quite tight, the cars need to be able to get past that safely. There's a lot of debris. They need to be able to get the car off the track. So stop the race now. It'll be interesting. We need to check to see how they reset the grid because they might go back.
I was about to say, I hope he's okay, but what happens to Pascal?
Pascal.
So the race will basically it'll just start again. He had a 2-second lead, so he'll lose that. But
So he's built that up. It's not a waste.
That
but
is huge.
That's a crap.
look at that as a replay.
it's
Though.
an
That's
enormous
huge.
accident.
Just to be clear, whose fault is it? Can we work out whose fault that is?
I mean, it looked like Vern. Vern moves to the right and starts to squeeze.
Yeah, squeezed.
And it's just
We're at the back
Yeah.
of the DS to Cheetahs.
I think Piquet's got slightly caught out by Vern moving over on him and also lifting off or braking.
I think Vern wasn't ready for him to come take him up the inside, so he may have just very slightly dabbed his brakes. And the problem when you hit a car at the back like that, it almost just motors you forward
been to
go
the pit
over
lane.
the wheel. So
They've continued driving around under the red flag. I guess they're all following Pascal Wehrlein, who's in his, fourth Formula E race. So hasn't read up on the third, sorry.
Yeah, he missed
so
the
maybe
first
hasn't
one.
read up on the
okay,
regs.
so
Nelson
you can see
Piquet on the
that
radio,
there,
by the way,
yeah.
has said he is fine. But the team have told him
that
to
guy's
stay
loving
in the
his brakes,
car,
isn't
wait
he?
for the medical car, just to be safe.
When the adrenaline's flowing, Jack, you try and
think
get out of the
you're
car. Your reaction is get out of the car. I've tried it with broken pelvis, all kinds of things.
I want to know,
just to
how
sit
is
there,
that
let the
going to
medics chat
affect
to you a
the
bit, calm you
other
down.
You tried to get out of the car with a
mentally
broken
seeing
pelvis.
a car,
It hurt.
like, that could be me in a second.
So there is the damage to the rear of Jean-Luc Vern's car. So it looks as though once again he is going to have
When I was
difficult afternoon.
I realised that they have
on the
like
right-hand side
3
side
different
pod.
spare things that they can just whack on, clip on.
So you see here, so this whole unit here is this is the aero. So this whole front nose cone comes off, so they can take the whole front end of the car off and then completely replace it. It's the same. It's the same with the. It's the same with the rear as well, with the aero at the back, with the wing. They can literally take that whole section off and just replace it because of situations like this. And it's such close racing that these things do happen. And here, as you can see here on the halo, now this is to protect their heads because in races gone by, you know, there's been debris flying around, and this completely protects them. Obviously shows you when you've got attack mode, fan boost, but this here, because of the way our eyes work, it looks like you wouldn't be able to see your thumb at that angle. So when they look at their vision and they're racing, there's nothing that they can actually see because your eyes basically don't register it. But this is completely, you know, it's part of the new safety regulations that we've got in FIA. And it's just, it's a lifesaver, basically.
So wait, so how long would it take to, say, in the pit lane, boom, boom, take this off?
Probably less than 2 minutes, because it's literally like, zoom, 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 zoom,
Less
and then
than
take that
2
off.
minutes?
It'll be less than a minute to do that.
Yeah.
Less
I want to know how much each bit of this kit costs.
Well, you know how much carbon cars cost. So, you know, a little front slip, front split is about $2 grand. This would probably be upwards towards, I'd say, towards 20 grand. Because it's solid carbon. And this thing
It'll be the best as well.
It'll be the best of the best of the best. And they are very expensive.
So do they use carbon because it's like light?
Absolutely. It's the lightest composite that you can get with cars. That's why we got your Paganis. The entire tub is made of carbon. With your McLarens, they're all carbon cars. But anyway, the comms, I think we've got some interesting things that they
Right, let's hear some of the comms, guys. Apparently there's more insightful commentary than what we got.
The guys, we're guessing at this point.
No, like, there's something. That came out wrong.
Everybody now returns to the pit lane.
I was ready to say something.
The cars will wait until the
that.
debris is cleared. And
I'll go sit down.
By doing this, they can stop the clock, effectively, race control, so we won't lose time. There is Piquet, as we saw, out of the car, as he reported on the radio.
He's taking his steering wheel with him.
Sorry.
Memorabilia.
So, like they say there, they can stop the race completely. They also stop the clock.
Yes, and then what they'll do is they'll make sure all the cars come back. The cars can be worked on in the pit lane when the cars all come back. And then usually what will happen is they'll give sort of 10 minutes notice, and then they'll sort of do it down in increments. So say 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. And the race will resume with the positions taken usually from the start of the previous lap. And then any car that was running at the time of the red flag can rejoin. Obviously, Nelson's car is pretty trashed, so he's out. But Jean-Eric Verne, and we saw Alexander Sims's car get caught as well. They'll be able to repair those cars and get back in the
So
race.
the likelihood is they'll be able to get at least 2 of those 3 cars affected.
We should have 21 cars. But
interesting.
Becca, you mentioned the Halo, the new Halo device. I mean, that's something that we've only seen for the last couple of years, and it was introduced exactly for accidents like that. An airborne accident where there's a trailing wheel that could hit the driver on the head.
Because that is actually potentially life-threatening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, because I did find that interesting as well, because you guys were saying surely other drivers are seeing that. I think that is what keeps these guys safe, and why they can do this sort of thing, is because they feel reasonably safe within these cars.
Yeah, I think even you mentioned sort of the mentality of the other guys, because you get to see it. And you know how you see, like in football sometimes, when someone has a bad injury and you see how the players react, It's not the same here because they know that actually the driver's probably not hurt. A lot of them will be asking over the radio, they'll say, is Nelson okay? Yeah. They'll get the all clear and then it'll be out of their head. They won't think about it again for the rest of the race.
It's kind of par for the course, you know. I mean, as we can see over here, this is race control. So everything that's about to happen with the race is being decided right now by these guys, and they'll all be sort of weighing up like what happened, who's at fault, etc., etc.
And they'll be deciding sort of how the clean-up operation's going and when it's going to be safe to resume the race.
It's kind of funny though, isn't it? Because you think, oh, this is terrible. But at the same time, it's like, this is ideal. Like, this is really, there's a lot of drama. It's like, you couldn't script this stuff. It feels like a good time as well to bring in some food. Has anyone got that? We've got some Mexican food.
I can't take you seriously with that little thing on your...
There's like a... I've got like a little, what do you call it?
Rey Mysterio mask. Nah, it's like a luchador. It's what the Mexican...
Luchador, yeah,
what the Mexican wrestlers wear.
Yeah. It's very pretty. But I got it for you guys if you want to take that.
Oh,
I reckon
brilliant.
it's the food.
A Mexican wrestler.
Yeah?
Guys, I offer you Mexican food.
Oh, brilliant.
Lovely.
Tuck in the time we're waiting in between.
What have you got? Anything good?
Well, let us know on hashtag FE Voltage or at FE Voltage what you're eating along with. It's a good chance for us to do some questions with you guys at home.
I think that's a good...
Get some guac on a
guacamole.
Please, if there are any updates from race control, I'd love to know, because I'm interested in what both of you have to say.
I kind of like some of the things that are coming through. You can always rely on the internet to give you the kind of funny anecdotes. Someone's put, Roland licks the stamp and sends it.
Oh, wow.
That was the first,
like that.
Licks the stamp and sends it. That's a beautiful racing phrase.
Yeah.
What does that mean? So what's the...
So he sent it.
He sent it down the inside.
I got that.
The first corner. That's
Scott,
how he went.
can I just say, Scott, there's actually quite a few people on here that have commented on your look this week. A lot of people say you look very dapper.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
He does, doesn't he? He's had a haircut.
Yeah, Elliot Woods says Scott's looking particularly dapper this week.
Oh, cheers, Elliot.
That's hashtag FE Voltage. Is it the new glasses, do you think?
It could be the new glasses. Yeah. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I just think it's the overall look. It's just a good look.
Thanks.
Looking very astute, my boy.
A lot of people commenting on the crash reaction from you two. Just
what are they saying?
What was your feeling when you first saw the crash?
Because I'd seen like a little bit of a coming together when I was in Marrakesh, but that one was sort of like when they showed the full speed replay, he really like got sent.
It's pretty epic.
He did, yeah. He got.
I think he like got off the ground. You know, the car took air. So look, I just saw a crashed tin can. That's what it looked like to me, and I thought the guy's got, but luckily he was okay.
We can see it one more time if you guys.
Yeah,
want.
it was the whole.
It was good to watch crash.
It was because of the whole front end and the wheel.
Yeah, here you go.
But he's so quick.
Oh, you can see it from his cockpit as well.
Oh, from it.
So quick.
What is going through his head at that point?
You can imagine your whole body tenses up and you just like
pray.
And that bit where he ends up back on the track, like. You could be hit again.
Yeah.
Of people coming around the corner.
Yeah, because obviously they're going like, what, 140 miles per hour at that point? Nah, I don't know, it's a corner. So
what's it like when your body's just getting absolutely beaten up out there on the track?
Oh, like, I would know. So...
Why would you know?
Well, I'm used to getting beaten up.
Yeah, OK, keep going with that. That's good.
No, I can't imagine, like, in a vehicle where it's, like, pure G-force and all of that. I wonder what he's listening to. Or is that his team?
That's Da Costa.
Oh, so he hasn't just whacked in some headphones to get some music
straight out there, Eminem back on.
I thought he was trying to keep himself like in the zone.
It's interesting though, isn't it?
In some ways, it's kind of a little bit disconcerting because if you've built up all of that energy and all of that adrenaline to go then, and then to have to restart.
Yeah, I'll tell you that because obviously...
You sort of know about that as well, don't you? That adrenaline dump.
The adrenaline, right? Because obviously it can keep you so alive and alert and stuff, but when you're running on it for so long, you end up just having a bit of a crash. And obviously these guys probably been full of adrenaline all morning, gearing up to it, and then bang, they go, and now they're having to stop. And it's sort of, it wouldn't surprise me if some of them switch off a little bit when it resumes.
Especially as they've got to try and they're only going to have a few minutes to then get themselves back in.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you've gone from having that sort of like hours worth of build-up, basically, like you don't have that when you do this again.
No, yeah, exactly.
But with the crash, like what goes through your head, like the thing is, I know it sounds stupid looking at it from how violent the images are. Yeah. Nelson's not going to have sort of felt or experienced anything in that moment. That crash starts and ends in the space of about a second and a half, 2 seconds. Like, there's literally not enough time for him to compute what's going on. No. He'll know, I'm going up the inside, and then all of a sudden, his car's in a crumpled heap, and he hasn't got a clue what day of the week it is.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a big crash like that, you're almost trained when you're a racing car driver to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's just par for the course, you know, like you know at some point that you're going to have a moment like that. And because they are so strapped in and they'll have arm restraints fully strapped in, they just basically go into tuck mode, and then they just know that it's going to happen around them, so they're quite calm. Yeah, there's a lot of training involved. You have to be so mentally focused, and then it will have all happened so quick that it will have just A to B, and then it'll be like, oh.
A lot of people are saying this is actually quite good because it means they get more show for a start. And someone said their pizza hadn't quite arrived for the race, but now the pizza will be on time for the rest of the race. So in many ways, I think a lot of people out there are thanking Nelson Piquet Jr. for delaying the race in a way.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Yeah, I do enjoy watching Felipe Nasser, not Felipe Massa. Remember, guys, at home as well, if you're watching along, you want to win an Xbox One and, of course, a copy of Forza Motorsport 7. All you got to do is follow @FEVoltage, and I think it's retweet the competition tweet.
Yeah.
We'll be choosing our competition winner by Tuesday. So, yeah, we'll get in contact with the person who wins.
But get some questions in.
So, little question. See how he just spun out there and went through the attack mode?
Yeah.
What happens? Because he's spun into that.
He has to go through 3 sensors.
Yeah, you have to go through.
Okay.
It's like you see the two. It's like the two. You see the two gates, basically. That's what you need to go through.
Okay, so I thought he's ended up in there like, oh, someone spun me into this.
No, unfortunately not. He might have been able to use it otherwise, but no.
It would have been pretty smart as well, wouldn't it? If someone went, oh, I'll push him into an attack mode. Yeah.
I can imagine the atmosphere in that the Forest is mental, because they've had like big U2, Madonna, all sorts of stuff in there, like just the noise of those cars coming through.
Scott was saying as well that the atmosphere there is pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the coolest place I've ever watched Formula E cars, just because you don't get the chance to hear that sort of stuff.
Apparently we can go hear James Barkley. Let's hear what he's saying.
You've only got away with that.
I mean, from your perspective, I know you haven't had the chance to actually properly catch up with him yet. What do you think happened?
I need to properly look back through the data, but I think it looked like Nelson was committed to go up the inside. Jeff was closing the door and looked like he braked early because he was on he's on the inside line, so he had a lot more of an acute angle, and the speed Nelson was carrying, he couldn't get out of the way. So I need to properly look at it, and we'll make a judgment call from there. But the main thing is he's okay.
Visually, of course, it's always so difficult being in these single-seaters. You don't get a very good view of what's going on in front of you. But this is a very unusual sight to see all the cars lined up here in the paddock. What can you actually use this time for? What are the engineers and mechanics doing at the moment?
Yeah, so if you maybe had a lot of tyre wear in the set of tyres you have an opportunity to make some changes on tyres. You can work on the car until 3 minutes until the restart. So it enables you, if you felt you had a bit of a compromised kind of setup, to make some changes now. So get out of jail for some people maybe, and also with the clock still ticking down, it just makes it even more of a flat-out race to the finish.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So what changes are you guys making to the car?
Yeah, Mitch had a good start. I mean, up to P11 now, so he's had a great opening few laps. Main thing is just getting him settled. We can take a little bit of learning from those first couple of laps, and we had quite an aggressive strategy, and hopefully we can see where we can get to at the end of the race.
Excellent. Well, hopefully you can carry on fighting, and all the best to Nelson. Thanks very much,
I don't
James.
even know how I'm going to do this. So we need
Good
2 cars.
From, James Barkley
so we need 2 cars. So we've got these guys here.
I know it sounds mental, but we're actually going to reenact it with...
oh, lovely.
It's just the other...
nachos.
Right.
It's the other side, so the final bit is 14 and 15.
Oh, so it is 14.
14 and 15.
Right, hold on, let's get into the right
Shuffle
spot.
the Mexican food out the way.
Shuffle them.
Shuffle. Oh, so here, turn 14 and 15, so through this chicane here. Okay, fine, that actually makes it easier for me to do. So as you said, we've got these guys coming down here, and then basically he's sort of like, he's going to come up the inside, and then he's tried to brake check him, I reckon. And then they've just gone like into
nice.
here.
And then someone else has gone in behind as well and just, that's great. That's really...
And then what they're going to do is they're literally just going to...
Yeah.
Lovely.
And then we're going to start...
Yeah.
Again.
And the race officials have just sort of gone, that's a red flag. Haven't they?
Oh, no, this is not doing good for my OCD right now. I'm like...
Go on, clean it up with your hands. No, why do you do that? Oh.
Oh, we go, right. But look at that. That's quicker than the... Look.
Genuinely, antibacterial wipe. Please get back to the race area. You've done enough.
I don't know what we're meant to be doing right now. We're just trying to fill time until the bloody race starts again. What did you do? Chucking salsa about?
It's fine.
Are you all right? Wait, we need to probably clear this up.
Yeah. We will clear it up.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a nursery group now. We've got the little track on here.
Is there water?
Oh, yeah, there's water. Do you want some more water?
Oh, that'd be great, thanks.
What am I sat on? I'm sat on the...
There's an iPad there. I've got a question for you guys whilst I get you a water.
Go for it.
Some people are eating along at home. What do you suggest people eat for a race?
It's got to be Mexican food if we're in Mexico.
Yeah.
You understand me?
That's a great question.
If it's in China, you're eating a Chinese.
Yeah, that's a good excuse. That
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's in Milan, you're getting a pizza.
I'm going to Zizzi's. I'm ordering Zizzi's.
Oh, brands. Anyways,
Someone else is asking another question.
Go for it.
Would you ever give up your car?
To do what?
Would just give it up? Would you give it up for another car? Is basically what they're asking.
No way.
You got your dream car?
Yeah, that's it. It's been my dream car forever. So.
This is the thing, boys and girls, right? I'll ask you a little question. So, a lot of people are like, oh, I'd love to have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari.
Yep.
But you spend 5 minutes in the thing, like proper driving it, and it's out of petrol.
Yeah.
Now, that's the thing that, honestly.
That's why electric racing is great, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So that's why I think electric cars, when they come in, are going to be the real deal.
They are actually in at the moment as sort of the fastest cars in the market. Well, it's not really.
No, I know they're in, but as in, like, when they're fully in, I'm joking, when they've taken over.
When you can buy a Rimac Concept 2 or something like that. I mean, that thing is absolutely nuts. It's got like 4 motors on each wheel, which are like 1,000 horsepower, something ridiculous. It's got tank mode as well.
How weird it must be for the drivers. I get it, like, I know we're filming the drivers from a distance, sort of going, right, they're in the zone. Now these guys have got people putting microphones in their faces, going, how do you feel about the crash? That would feel a little bit unusual.
Can you bring that up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, before the race as well, I mean, I don't know if they did it at this one, but in Chile, half of the actual racers had to go on stage and do an e-simulator race, literally minutes before they did their actual race. And I'm like, surely that's affecting them getting in the zone, but I guess it's part of it.
This, by the way, is a good time for us to break out.
Well,
Something we haven't really broken out before, the spy cam.
Spy cam?
Becky, can we mix to the spy cam?
Can we mix? I'm trying to get it to work. We might not have spy cam right now.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
This is the Mexican sky?
That might be the Mexican sky. Please
tilt
down.
Sky.
Right. Oh my God. This is
where
so
we
sensitive.
Here we go.
Wow. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going.
Oh,
There we go.
Too far.
Back up.
Okay, right.
Oh, look.
Okay, we're here.
Yeah, we're literally right there. Look at that.
So, who have we got? Buemi here.
There's Sebastian Buemi there.
Oh, there he is.
Car.
Should we zoom in on him?
Have his fun.
Let's have a go here.
No, it's so sensitive.
Right, I got this.
Right, you've got to turn
I'm an
it.
experienced cameraman.
An experienced
You've
spy.
got to turn it like that way a little bit.
Yeah, well, if you look at this.
Wait, yeah.
Wow!
Okay, yeah.
Bloody brilliant! Oh no! Don't worry, I
That's
got
the
this.
walk.
No!
If you can get it back to the pit lane, I think you'll see the drivers just starting to get their balaclavas and crash helmets back on. The race is going to restart
in 8 minutes.
In 8 minutes.
Okay.
Oh,
there he is.
Okay, hold on. Right, let's get it back and see if we can zoom in.
Performance, no joke.
Hit you with
Oh, this thing is so. Oh, who's? Oh my God.
So the way this is going to work when we restart, because if you can see that the clock hasn't stopped ticking down. So at the moment it says 21 minutes plus 1 lap.
Yeah.
But the regulations say that if there's room in the timetable, the amount of time that's been spent under suspension will be added on to that.
So will it be added on?
Well, it depends on how much room there is on the timetable. It depends on daylight, that sort of thing. There shouldn't be any more track activity. So, and this is obviously the headline act. So hopefully we won't just see a contracted sprint to the finish.
Wow.
All right, so this.
Okay,
who do you reckon's got the fastest car out of the YouTubers?
That's a good question.
Yeah?
It's probably the Tesla P90D supermodels.
Who's got one of those?
Yeah, they're like 2.3 to 0 to.
Yeah. Whoever's got one of those.
Who's got one?
I think Vic's got one.
Vic Star's got one.
Yeah, Vic's got one.
He's a big Formula E fan as well, isn't he?
Yeah. JME's got one.
Makes sense.
Been in his on ludicrous mode. It's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absurd. Yeah, so.
When they really get them dialed, like cars on the road which are electric are going to just kill everything because they've just got that instantaneous torque.
Yeah.
And that is it. You're away.
So if you guys are just tuning in now, we're under red flag conditions, so it basically means that the whole race has stopped. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, sure, I love YouTube, but I also want to see what the regular guys are saying. You can head to BT Sport, Eurosport, or BBC to go take a look at that. But here, you're going to get analysis, and the race will be restarting within, I hear it, the next 6 minutes. So it's looking pretty good. You guys got the chance to win an Xbox One today, of course. If you just follow @FE Voltage and, of course, retweet the competition tweet, by Tuesday, you will know if you've won an Xbox One and Forza Motorsport 7. There are replays going on as we speak of here. I think this is the crash happening. The crash is coming up in just a second, apparently. So now there are now 21 cars out on the track.
Yes.
Do you think that they can genuinely get Nelson back out there?
No. So the car's written off, and
I'm gutted. I love Nelson Piquet Jr.
I mean, this is the problem with something like that. If he's not at fault, if it's a racing incident, it's harsh that obviously one party will be back in the race, Jev will be back out there, but Nelson won't. But that's how racing goes, unfortunately.
Racing, isn't it? Yeah.
So I think we've got. Yeah. So this is Nelson's onboard. So you can just see look how much of a mess it just is in the midfield. So he's all over Jev, and Jev's actually moved. This doesn't really bode well for Jev's defence about what's to come, because he's already sort of moving all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you think he's going to have to put up a defence?
There's quite a lot of squirming. Well, so this is looking back from Oliver Turvey's Neo, and that's the two dragons locking up behind. And you can just see how. I mean, Becky, you were saying earlier, like that run into that first corner, even just in racing conditions, the way they lock up.
They literally come in so hot, and then you just see them lock up. I just kept seeing people like zip past in the because there's a camera angle coming out of that turn, and every now and then you just see someone go straight on.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of drivers that are under investigation for skipping chicanes, and you saw there with this brilliant onboard shot we've got that. It is just manic in that midfield when you get to those
dry as well out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, with all this, wow, see that? He absolutely rammed the back of the car. But there are a lot of cars locking up here. In other motorsports, that damages the tyres. Is it the same here?
It will. I mean, the harder the lock-up, the more damage will do. But these are slightly harder and slightly more durable. They do make them quite tough.
Wait, what I want to know, why don't they have to change tyres during the race?
Because it's all part of the efficiency of the race series. So they only have like 2 sets of tyres.
Yes.
So I mean, this weekend, for example, there's lots of different little things that they've been doing. Like if you know about heat cycles, they've been putting, using both sets of tyres throughout practice and shakedown, just to get those oils which are naturally occurring within the tyres to come out and to make them harder. Because the harder the tyre, the longer it lasts, and therefore the longer your efficiency.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We are told that we can now go to Saunders in the pit lane. Is that right? Saunders is already out in the pit lane? Saundo, are you out there?
I'm at the pit lane.
Saunders.
What's it like out there? What's the atmosphere like?
I was sitting here.
Yeah?
Well, and the atmosphere was absolutely mental because Forest Soul's got 20,000 people in it, all with the little clapper things. So that's making a lot of noise. But then obviously the red flag is sort of, everyone's just very keen for the race to start again. Bit of a sombre affair in the pit lane now. All the cars are about to go out. I think there's a few minutes left before they go back out again.
2 minutes.
I've just learned that there's a load of cars under investigation, but should we have a little walk? Should we get a bit closer?
Sure, get down there, Saunders. What other cars can you kiss?
I love the way Saunders just commands it.
Saunders really is a
Who do you want to see, guys?
Saunders, we want to see one of the damaged cars or one of the cars that was potentially out of the race earlier on. Is that possible?
Okay.
I mean,
starting to move forward now, so I'll do my best, but let's keep walking.
I'm sorry, I know I've given you a difficult task there.
Jev, they're all kind of pushing off now. Jev's just gone off in front of us. I don't know if they're going to do a restart on the grid again, or whether they're going to start from the pit lane. I think Becky might be able to help with that, or Scott.
Yeah.
But, so let's keep walking. Let's keep walking.
Yeah, keep walking. I'm interested to see what else you can see. So I love when you
get a jog. Let's get a
back.
bit of a jog on. Come on.
We're going to get a jog.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, please make Saunders' screen bigger. He's the best bit.
Here we go.
I like the way you kissed the car and now he's...
Okay, Jev, we've got Jev here.
That's a good point, actually.
We've got Jev here. Jev was obviously involved in that incident. It looks like they've done a good job of repairing him while he's been in the pit lane, because I can't see any damage.
Yeah.
Look over there.
Good.
There's Jev.
Really?
Identifiable because he's got that red bit on top of the car.
Yeah, I love
the cars have, so you can always know it's him. Not even his teammate has that, so you can always know that spot when it's him. Don't need these anymore. Then we've got... Who else have we got? I mean, I'm looking for PK because obviously his car's going to be a wreck, but I imagine they've tucked that away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
In the garage somewhere. But everyone's looking like they're ready to go again.
So
I think we are.
They've got a safety car there that's going to take
them
them
back
back
starting
out.
under a safety car.
Yeah, interesting.
Exactly.
So, Scott,
should we just sit with me as they come out?
Yeah. So let's sit with Saunders for just a second. But Scott, what were you saying?
I was going to say that what they'll do is so the safety car will lead the field out.
Okay.
And they will they'll probably go round. They might go round the whole lap and then do another full lap behind the safety car.
Right.
Or at the end of that out lap, the safety car will come into the pits. But whatever happens, they will line up one car in a row behind the safety car, go round, safety car will come in, and then they'll be racing.
Saunders, how angry were the teams that this happened, or was it just something they accepted and got on with?
I think anger comes later, to be honest, in this. I think it's sort
of
emotional
intelligence
to begin with, because you kind of throw away your points like that, and teams that were involved, they need the points. You know, the season hasn't been great for them, but I think the cars are about to go, so let's just watch these cars go out as we go green again in Mexico City.
All right, well, Saunders, thank you very much. Let's raise the commentary back up, and
the
they
light
can
goes
take us
green,
through it going back out.
safety car deployed.
I'm intrigued.
And 40 minutes plus 1 lap on the clock. The crowd begin to cheer because we're about to get racing back underway. There's the order on the left-hand side. Pascal Wehrlein leading the way. Oliver Rowland second. Lucas de Grassi third. Sebastian Buemi fourth. Fifth is Antonio Felix da Costa. Massa, Mortara, Lotterer, D'Ambrosio, and
wait, so we're not back in
the
yet?
top 10. Evans, Turvey, Freins, Lopez, and Bird the top 15. Dillman, Paffett, Abt, Nazar, Sims, and Van Dorn the 21 drivers. Piquet out of the race. That's why we've had the red flag period. Safety car, I can only assume will be in this lap. It hasn't said so on the timing screens, but that will be the restart procedure, I would have thought.
Let's see if the lights have gone out.
Attack mode. They get an extra 25 kilowatts of power for 4 minutes. Are they all going to arm it now?
Yeah, but they're all going to attack.
Haven't done
Why would you do that there?
Somebody has one.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
So everyone from the top 3 didn't, but I think Buemi and everyone else did. Da Costa I don't think did either. I thought he went to the mode, but maybe he didn't arm it. So this is interesting.
We have to see the safety car. We'll see if it's coming in this. The lights were still on. Yeah, so I'll wait another lap.
Interesting.
So as you can see here, with the chevrons went after everyone's staying at the armed attack mode, which is actually the best time to do it because they're all going slow. So if you come offline, it's like you're still in formation, and it is actually probably, wouldn't you say, Scott, the best time to pick up attack mode is when there's a safety car out?
It's the best time is when you know when the safety car's coming in. Yeah, because they know the safety car's going to come in. They can arm it now, go offline without losing the position because you can't overtake under the safety car, and they know that the safety car is only going to be out for another minute, maybe 2, so they'll get 2 minutes at added power. They'll use one of their mandatory uses, and they won't have lost any position on track to get it.
Wow, smart.
You can see Bird though; he's climbing the field. He's coming up to 15th now, so he is fighting.
No, that's what I was saying. I mean, he got to 15th before the crash. Like, so I think he's secretly knowing exactly how he's going to do this.
That's the great thing about Formula E, I think, is like,
use it so now.
There's just so much going on. You can go back attack first attack to last. And yeah, it's all open. And
so now the top 3.
Well, if you've only just joined us, we are restarting the race, pretty much. 40 minutes just at least left in this race.
Pretty much everyone.
Yeah, everyone is now going through it. So everyone is arming attack mode. You can see there on the graphic down the side of the screen.
And that's
bam, 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 attack mode.
And that's a massive advantage for the top 3 because they're now armed with attack mode, and they're going to have it for an extra minute than the people behind them because they've got it late. So very good for them.
How that plays out.
Green flag, we're back in, boys.
Green flag, we're back in. We're going to go back to the comms.
Do your thing.
They have played their attack modes very cleverly. At the moment, everybody's in attack mode, but soon, those that only have 2 minutes remaining with the 2 chevrons on the left-hand side, i.e. Buemi, Massa, Mortara, Lotterer, D'Ambrosio, and Verne, they'll be out and in a slower speed than everyone else.
Slower. And then they're in trouble, Jack.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
And the tyres are cold as well. The tyres are at their very best, so you can put all that extra power to the road.
On board with Oliver Rowland in 2nd place for the Nissan team.
Doing really well.
Trying to chase down Pascal Wehrlein, who is in 1st place for Mahindra.
2 rookies at the head of the field.
So that attack mode can be used twice, has to be used twice in the course of the E-Prix, gives you an extra 25 kilowatts of power.
Oh, I didn't get whatever he used.
Through they flash, and Degrassi actually is very close to Roland in the battle over second place.
Watch the separation as they lead the left-hander of turn 15, and that really dictates if an overtaking manoeuvre, if somebody's going to try and do a pass into the straight or halfway down the straight even.
Onto the brakes into turn 1. Once again here in Mexico City, 2,250 metres above sea level.
They will be able to hear us in a second when it comes to like that.
That right there is the main overtaking chance of the lap. That changes a little bit with attack mode, but apples to apples, that is the main overtaking chance.
I know what we're going to do.
Roland and Degrassi, the two drivers we're watching here. Roland in.
Well, there we go. Let's fade the comments back down.
Now we're seeing the
you made a good point, Becky, about the rookies and the champions.
Absolutely. So, as you can see, number 1 and 2 spot are 2 rookies this season, brand new. And then behind them, in 3rd and 4th, you've got 2 champions. So it just shows that, like, some people, I think, can take to this a lot better than maybe other drivers, you know? Like, they may be... Every driver comes from a different discipline. You got DTM drivers in there, Formula 1 drivers in there, you know, Formula 3, whatever. And just some of them just take to it better than others. I mean, it's Wehrlein. I mean, he's smashing it, really.
I know that Formula E is all about city street racing as well, but there is something very satisfying about seeing these guys unleashed on here as well, isn't there?
I think it's quite what's quite good about it is when you've got a permanent venue like this, which the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez is. You've got massive bigger grandstands, bigger structures, and it just looks visually. It's not more impressive, but it's impressive in a different way to when you're blasting through city streets, isn't it?
I'll tell you what is impressive is how quickly and how well you can say Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
I've had a bit of experience. Not rolling my R's though.
You should at least be able to do that if you're a journalist of motorsport racing.
Yeah, that's true. Know the circuit names.
I want you to say that next time.
Apparently, DaCosta's got about a minute left to make a move here, so this is his chance to get Buemi. Let's see.
Here he comes.
This is why DaCosta locks it up into that turn 1. I've seen him do it so many times.
Each other in the crash barriers. He's still got 10 seconds to go. DaCosta
him, but there's no way he's going to take it.
No, it's giving him a murmur!
No.
No, he's rubbing him. He's kissing him.
I have no idea how Buemi kept that position.
No.
That was lucky.
That was skills.
Yeah.
He'd had him then.
Yeah.
DaCosta's got damage. DaCosta's damaged. Look at the steering wheel.
DaCosta's now damaged.
Yeah, he's rubbed his wheel.
Yeah.
And now have damaged his front suspension, which is
Let's look at his steering wheel. Does it go straight?
Oh.
No.
When he goes to the straight.
Whoa. Yeah, that wheel is going all over the place. We've all felt that on
the trolley.
Well, yeah, on the trolley and on that machine over there.
Do you know what? That used to make me laugh so much. You're on the trolley with the front wheel just going absolutely mental. You're like, oh, God.
Antonio Felix
We're going to be able to get a replay of that in ourselves in just a
little under pressure from Felipe Massa
behind. I just hope Sam Bird just keep... Oh, let's take a look at that replay.
Is it sitting low on the right front? Let's see the steering.
I mean, he did all right so far.
Right, here we go.
It's not going to make life easy.
Big screen replay there.
Lock up. At the inside of Tom Dillman. And he gets it done.
Up there.
So that is Act.
Yeah.
Moving up into 16th position.
Right.
Last year's winner here, Daniel.
There he tried to overtake. That's why I thought he'd take him, but he didn't.
Van Dorn and Paffin are still in attack mode, so they're totally out of sync.
I suppose there's also a skill in opening up the right part of the track for them to go into, right?
Yeah, no, this is the thing, like, Bird hasn't really done anything.
How many
no,
he climbs?
look, we have high standards.
Wow.
In the Bird gang.
Yeah.
All right, and obviously...
Is this what you...
Well, since the race has resumed, he's maintained his position, but I think if he's going to finish in the top 3, he needs to be doing it every sort of, like, 3 minutes.
I get the feeling, Joe, what he needs is a lap of commentary from you.
Do you know what? I think that would be brilliant.
Yeah, well, join me over here. This is the first time we've ever done this on the Formula E Voltage show.
Yeah.
For a little commentary with our commentator, Mr. Joe Weller.
Let's do it.
Come this way, Joe.
Come on, then. England.
No! Oh, my goodness.
Can we get the onboard on the screen, please?
Eastbourne.
Can we get the onboard? There you go. Is this live, guys?
All right, boys and girls.
Ah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I'm going to commentate over Sam Bird's car.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is going to install some, like, good luck maybe make him feel better. Wait, can we make it go into his ear?
Yeah, no, well,
is that a thing?
He'll watch it back later.
Oh.
He's behind Dan Lopez, I'm told right now.
Come on, Sammy boy.
Come on. That's rubbish there, Sam. All right, off you go. This is Sam's car.
And here we go. We got 2 on the inside. We got now, basically, as you can see, we've got Sam Bird, and he's trying to make his way come through. It's like all we can see is this guy's arse in front.
That's
Who
Lopez.
is that?
Lopez's backside.
No, isn't that Fridges?
Yeah.
Fridges.
Yeah.
Lopez has just overtaken Robin.
Right, so but that is Bird's teammate.
Yeah.
Now he's staring up the bum of his teammate, and that is not what anybody wants. So, boys and girls, obviously, we're going for a new lap now.
Yeah.
And Sam Bird, he's still not making enough movement. Like, for me, he's just coasting behind, like, we're sitting in the bloody town centre.
Yeah.
And it's not really like he's got any urgency to make those movements. Do you understand? So, here he goes again, though. He's bound to get damaged. I mean, I see, like, the way he's getting way too close, but not really going either side.
How
do
do you take on your teammate, though, Joe? How do
you stab him in the back.
Right, good.
That's exactly what you do. You go, I don't care. I'm Sam Bird, and I'm going to win this.
Yeah.
That's what I think he needs to do.
You just need to always repeat, I'm Sam Bird, and I'm going to win this.
Yeah.
Can you just say it like 3 times, I'm Sam Bird, and I'm going to win this?
No, because then he appears.
Oh,
yeah,
well, I'd love it if
going
Sam
to
Bird
appear.
appears.
Now, but realistically, I mean, obviously, it's all right me talking, but the way these guys have obviously got to, at each moment, maintain their level of concentration. Because look at that, the one in front almost, that chicane, as they call it, it almost spun young Frines out. So, I mean, it is tricky, obviously.
Yeah, tricky, but it was good commentary there from Joe. I think everyone agrees at home.
Yeah.
Joe, thank you very much.
No worries, no worries.
Good job. It's like karaoke.
There we go.
Commenty-oki. If you want to hear more of Joe commentating, then tweet us in, hashtag FEVoltage now, FEVoltage. Ethan, you'll be doing the same later.
I will
I'm sure you could do the same as well if you want, Becky.
Good news, we've had a note from the medical centre that PK is 100% OK.
Good.
Good.
They're obviously annoyed by the situation, but he is, you know, arms, legs, ankles, head, everything is working and in good condition.
Lovely.
In good condition?
In good condition.
Wow, OK.
Probably a bit, to be fair, he's probably a bit knocked up, bruised, as you would be, but yeah, as I said, he is 100% OK, my guys.
Good stuff. Good to hear. Well,
I'm impressed with that
camera person. Where's Bird? Because I can't see.
Oh, right, OK.
Can you see?
Still in 15th.
15th.
Still in
15th?
Yeah.
Oh.
You thought he was going to go up one, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought you were going to reveal, and now Bird is in 10th or something. No, I'm actually feeling like he's not going to do it.
You've got to give him a little bit of time.
No, I
15
know.
places is a lot to make up.
I know.
It's made up 7 spots there.
Yeah.
He might gain one more because Lopez is under investigation at the moment for overpowering during regen, which is very complicated, but basically means that he used too much power when he was harvesting some energy with his electrical motor.
Harvesting. Combine harvesting.
Yeah, farmer.
Daniel Moreno's tweeted and he said, last season was so good, but this is turning into a shocking, mind-blowing, exciting, edge-of-your-seat season 5. And we're only 5 races in.
I know.
Technically only 4 races in, it says, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. And do you know what I find really funny is, you know, like the Virgin boys are doing really well, and those cars have got the Audi Sport app drivetrains. So where are the Audi Sport guys?
Not
They
as
are
high.
nowhere. You know?
Wait, hold up. So Virgin are using the brand of like their competitors.
Yeah. So
how's that allowed?
Well, it's engineering, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically you can have customer racing teams.
Yeah, so the majority of competitors in Formula E are manufacturers that make their own powertrain. So like the gearbox, the motor, the inverter. But the way Formula E works is it wants to protect itself against, it wants to basically have the healthiest championship it can. So an independent team, is what they're called, can purchase a manufacturer's powertrain at a set price, which in motor racing terms is pretty cheap. You're talking a few £100,000 to take an Audi powertrain off the shelf and go and beat the factory team, which is what the Virgin team are doing this season.
Well, that's crazy.
Let's listen to a little more commentary.
That's the onboard action we were seeing. Bird was passed by Apt and then managed to retake the position.
He's right there.
There's the first 3. Then in 4th place here is Buemi. A bit of a gap back to Da Costa. then Massa, then Mortara. This is the view back from Sam Bird. And look, Daniel Abt with the attack mode is able to just cruise around the outside. Bird will hold it in there on the brakes, though. Meanwhile, Alexander Sims goes past Tom Zillman and up to 17th place. Bird's doing a great job here.
He really is. That was why I think he was
PSG and West Ham.
Get the points out of my way, because he doesn't want to be the one having to defend from Daniel Abt.
Massa's doing okay, though.
He wants France
to
be the rear gunner,
never put any kind of number on the board.
F1 racing when I was little.
11 races, 11 Grand Prix.
Through go the first three.
Yes.
Buemi, then it's Da Costa there in 5th place, and now
struggling
that's Oliver Rowland in 2nd position. France.
A lot of people saying, and I've got to say this, I mean, I enjoy Franchetti and the rest of the team, but a lot of people saying how good Joe is.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
What, driving?
No, just with the...
Oh, comment. Oh.
No one's seen you driving.
Oh.
We do.
I thought they were like, Weller's good at driving. I was like, oh.
That's Josh. Maximus also tweeting in. Sammy Morley says this is getting spicy.
Oh.
Which is good, because at this point, we are about to break out some chilies for you guys.
Oh! Yeah! He got overtaken.
If Bird...
Yours hasn't at all, has he?
The championship.
I'm actually told that because your driver's not made up any positions, you have to eat the first chili.
Yes!
Well, how have I been shithoused?
Oh.
Look, I don't understand, but you are PSG. So, can we bring over the first set of chilies? Is that possible?
Shithousery. And why it's ruining.
I don't understand, but fair enough.
Oh, this isn't going to work.
Good rules.
We'll put it here, we'll put it here.
We need to move this. This is giving me, like, the mess is giving me anxiety.
Now, there's a few different kinds here. Okay?
Yeah, but why am I doing it?
Well, this one here is labelled mild. So,
mild.
I mean, I'll do this one with you if you want.
All right, yeah.
Enjoy.
I've got milk if you need
dare
it.
ya.
Yeah?
Lovely. Doesn't that look appetising?
Over there.
You have actually. Should we try it?
Try it, go on.
What, which one is it?
This mild, it's over there.
Is it
it's
actually
the mild
mild?
one's here. No, it's the mild one.
I want it.
I'm not happy about this, I'm not going to lie.
What's this one?
Right, ready?
What is this one?
Joe, come on, you might as well join us.
Oh, what?
I'm
Scott.
Right.
Come on, Scott.
What are these ones, though?
Come on.
These look healthier than this.
Yeah.
What is this one?
Scott, there you go.
This looks disgusting.
Hang on.
Right, ready? Everyone,
This way, I'm going in. Right,
Cheers.
okay, all right.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
Yep.
Well, how much of it do you eat?
All of it.
Oh, my God.
Leading the way. So disappointed.
Did you
not to win
mislabel
Chile
this?
a couple of weeks ago.
I really want to swear at our floor manager.
Incredibly nervous. The whole team
Really?
nervous because 1 year ago, Felix
That's pretty hot.
Yeah, if one of you has to eat one that's like the 4-pod dish, you can do that on your own.
The whole I'm going to swear.
Oh,
I haven't eaten the whole thing.
Oh, my fucking God. I can't do it with that. I can't do it with that. Why have we done this? Like, why have we done this? Like, there's absolutely no reason why we've
really
gone through this pain.
Oh, it's making
Agony,
my mouth turn. Really bad.
Oh, my God.
That says mild.
What is this?
That
I
is
don't know.
not mild.
If it makes you feel any better, Sam Bird's just overtaken someone.
Hey!
Yeah, chuck another one in then.
Oh, wow.
We'll get some water.
There's no milk down there as well.
I don't want milk.
Oh, my God.
That is labelled mild.
You're lying, aren't you?
Guys.
I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore.
Milk's not going to do it.
That is-
we need
that
water's
is
not going to do
horrible.
anything.
Saunders is trackside.
Why do we...
Saunders, help us.
Geezer, we need some milk. Can you get the milk,
You
bro?
want some... We've got wipes as well, so you don't... Whatever you do, don't give yourself pink
I don't
eye.
want to put that on my tongue.
No, you need to.
I need milk.
Where are you?
Help!
Stupid idea.
It's getting worse now.
Oh, come on,
It was
it's not
fine.
that bad.
He's lied here. He's lied. This one's
You
lied.
lie.
Thanks.
We've got it, we've got it, we've got it.
Oh, man.
Absolutely
Get it
love
off your eye,
Anyway,
off your hands. So
back to the point.
Eyes.
We're here on the grandstand.
Oh.
Oh, you really take care of us. Yeah.
Fans. Let's have a little pan around. Let's
Oh,
have
he's
a
got
look.
pop
Have a
white
look.
stuff.
Have a look over here. Look at all the fans.
I've got
All
my
the
milk.
lovely
I'm
lads.
fine.
Come on.
You want me to have that?
Come on.
Oh, Saunders is having it
Love
off.
it.
Look at Saunders.
They love it. I love it. You love it.
I love you, Saunders.
I love you,
So,
Saunders.
anyway, back to the racing. We've got an interesting three drivers going up at the top, but Sam Bird...
He's lied here. This one's lied.
This is quite nice, though.
We're loving it.
It kind of looks really bad, though.
It's just a pot of
Fucking
white
mayonnaise.
How are you guys finding it?
What are you doing?
It's
What
like
is it?
yogurt.
Saunders,
It's
I'll
good.
just tell you this, right?
Try
We've
it.
just eaten some Mexican
Honestly.
chilies.
Try it. It's really good for
All
it.
of us are
Wait, is this
suffering.
one-
There's a lot of voices, guys. One voice, please.
It's just
One
quite
voice
nice.
only.
And-
Right.
Yeah.
Saunders, just so you know, we've just eaten some chilies.
I don't know
They're
why.
burning. Burning hot.
Right.
And no one in the studio can speak.
How hot are we talking?
We were told they were mild. Saunders, these chilies are not mild.
This is terrible. Whose idea was this?
Come here.
Yeah, no, look. I did that.
I think I've been in Mexico so long, I don't know what spice is anymore. I
swear. This guy labelled these chilies mild, right?
They are mild.
I eat a lot of chilies.
Wow.
I'm crying. All right.
You know what else is really hot and spicy?
They were tested in the office, and we were told these were mild.
Saunders, your
We've
joke
literally
didn't go
killed
unnoticed.
Joe Weller. Mate, thank you, but you screwed us, all right?
I've drunk it all, and it's still not.
So, are you guys going to watch some more racing?
Yeah. I love how Saunders trying to keep it on brand.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you guys talking about chilies, but there's cars going around the track really fast, and I'm liking it.
This is a. Is your tongue like red? Is mine red?
Are we breaking up a bit? I think we might break
No,
up.
we're just really struggling in here, mate. You might need. If you're okay, you might need to narrate the last 20 minutes of this.
It's not getting better. It's getting worse. I've drunk all the milk and it's not getting better.
Right.
Try Chris.
Can we have some more milk, bruv?
Try Chris.
I'm not going to lie, guys. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Okay, Saunders, basically what's happened, Saunders, is we've just killed off the entire show with a few chilies and no one can talk. Everyone's eating yogurt and
What are
drinking
the others
milk.
labelled then? Third. Right, OK.
No, like...
Shall I give it a go?
Second. Whack some of these in your mouth.
No. I'm going to try words, not chilies.
Oh.
Scott, give it a good go.
So, at the moment, we've got Pascal Wehrlein and Ollie Rowland, who are very close together, neck and neck at the front. Rowland's got into second place with a dynamite move at the start. And the top three have been sort of in a little league of their own at the moment. It's difficult, really, to see which one of the three is going to win it. But I think it will come down to Wehrlein, Rowland or Degrassi, unless Buemi can sort of creep into the picture.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I'm getting the slight taste back in my mouth and my lips. Still, I don't need any lip fillers because this is like it's making them all swell. But yeah, I think it's the race. I mean, what's happening? Verline is still in first, bless him. He's pulling away again, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I find that the quicker I talk, the more I talk, the quicker I talk.
Do you want some yogurt?
Give airflow, it's fine. It's sort of self-cooling.
Yeah, wow. Do you know what? That was ridiculous. No, we're not doing that again.
Whoever loses has to do the hot one.
Yeah. Look at him with his milk.
If he loses, he has to do that, because look, I'm winning.
Yeah.
I'm winning.
I'm doing that, bro.
This is going to be the most high-stakes simulator lap we've ever done.
Oh my God, yeah. We've still got that to do.
I'm winning. I'm telling you now, I'm winning.
Simulator lap, you've got to eat that one.
It's definitely up the ante, hasn't it?
It has.
You seem to be
we've got
recovering.
right now.
Stoffel Van Dorn's having an absolute nightmare.
Ethan?
Stoffel Van Dorn's picked up 2 penalties in quick succession. 5-second time penalty for using more energy than for fan boost. And Van Dorn for using fan boost too early.
Degrassi's using his fan boost.
Before we go to this commentary, I'm told that Degrassi is using his fan boost. While we set this up, let's hear some of the commentary.
And the fan boost has brought him up to the back, but hasn't brought him close enough to be able to make an overtake.
Back him up.
I think I'm going to burn.
Just lost a little bit. You see the acceleration of the
Yeah, see the yeah.
The Nissan in general is very good. You can see Abt and Degrassi and DeCosta use their
I'm all right.
Drenched of sweat.
I have to do this.
He's going to be all right.
This is hotter than when he was in
I did it as well.
It's so hot. I mean, it's just agony.
Seconds back.
Wait, what is wrong? You! I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
okay. I'm good.
You're going to be okay.
Sparkling water.
Oh, that's all that's left.
There's more daggers going into your tongue. For God's sake. I don't want that.
Oh, man.
This is
Yeah,
Anyway.
There you go.
Great commentary there. Now, let's see what you can do. You've got your man Wehrlein at the very top of the grid.
My man Pascal.
So we'd say there's not very much to commentate on them, but then maybe there is. Can we get the onboard on this, please? Yeah, magic like that. Now, you can do 1 minute of commentary as long as you need it.
Okay,
your eyes.
Perfect.
Get down to it. What's going on at the top of the grid?
So I'm going to try and unspice things.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, we have Pascal at the front of the grid. Roland. Yeah, that's Roland just behind him.
Yeah, okay.
And guess what? He's not gained on him at all because Pascal is displaying his sheer excellence.
Wow, this is very Attenborough-esque. Can you go sheer Attenborough? That'd be really good,
yes.
yeah.
Oh.
The young...
Well,
there you go.
as you can see, he's established more of a lead here, and that comes due to his his soft, intricate
Dominance.
ways around these corners, the way he caresses that steering wheel, is something to just marvel at.
Brilliant, that's right.
Yeah, I can't think of any descriptive words.
Because your mouth is burning.
Yes. However, as you can see, this is just what you want from when you glory hunt.
Right.
You want your favourite driver to be at the front.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do this in the simulation race, so Joe has to eat another chili.
It's Scotch bonnet.
Is it Scotch bonnet?
Yeah.
You're eating that?
Anyway, join us for more commentary in just a little while. Scott, has anything changed on the grid? Round of applause, by the way.
Yeah, well, that was excellent.
Great
That's some of the finest
Love
commentary
that.
I've heard.
It's not
in all
great
years.
commentary.
So at the moment, I mean,
We did a lot more than
it's interesting because Roland is he's only
No, I
half a
just swallowed
second
it.
off the
I
lead.
just didn't let-
Super close. But Degrassi's all over Roland as well.
Vern's just gone off there, I'm told.
Yeah, that's
Vern's just spun out. Let's see what happened there.
Oh, Evans has lost it. Evans is.
Oh, it's Evans, I'm told.
Evans into Vern,
yeah.
I think. So that's last year's champion.
I've got the burps coming. Jean-Eric Vern in what many would argue is one of the fastest cars out there.
Yeah, but
So you're already making your notes.
This is my overtakes notes, which is quite difficult to keep track of when someone spins.
Yeah, it's very tricky. Yeah, I was going to say, actually.
I reckon we've had more than 30 passes so far.
Okay. Wow, pretty interesting.
Quite a disrupted race. So.
Can you see Wehrlein holding on at the top of the grid?
Well, the problem is at the moment, it's starting to, it's all closing up, which suggests that either Wehrlein's holding something in reserve, or that he doesn't quite have the pace. And if you look, Degrassi's in third place on 39% of usable energy.
Yeah.
He's got 2% more usable energy than Wehrlein. And I know that doesn't sound a lot, but if you've got an extra 2% on your phone, that changes everything.
Good point.
So that's putting that into perspective.
I'm going
to go join Joe.
You spat yogurt everywhere. Everywhere.
You're right there, Joe.
It's gone everywhere.
I'm
sorry.
Did you get it on my face?
Yeah, it's on your face. It is on your face.
Joe's just spat.
Don't put it in my hair.
Is it in your hair? No, it's not in your hair. You're fine. I can see you're almost crying, though.
Well then. Sorry. Yeah, you spat it everywhere.
Sorry. Say it, don't spray it. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Anyway, okay, so.
A lot of people are replaying the moment.
So Degrassi's the guy who looks in decent nick at the moment, but just having more usable energy is one thing. Using it and actually overtaking people, that's a whole different challenge, especially when he's got two people to get past to win this race.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
I think.
Updates on the race, thank you. Updates on everyone's stomach in the studio. Questionable right now, okay?
So where's Vern got to now?
He's fallen down to 17th.
17th place.
Oh, so that little spin that he had has really wrecked his day.
Yeah. I know, right? He's bringing it back, but is it a bit too late?
You all right there?
Yeah, I'm just getting some nasal spray.
Wow.
The known chili cure. Nasal spray.
Wait, what?
Out there. That's amazing.
I mean, this just gets weirder.
This is a really strange show now, but those chilies killed everyone in the studio.
You want another one?
I'm good, thanks.
I love that he's solid.
You do one.
I'm all the way over here.
I can bring one to you if you like.
I'm counting and other stuff. Like
little race recap is what's gone on already. As Wehrlein has pretty much led the pack from the very start, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You said you're a glory hunter, but very often it's difficult to stay at the very top of the pack. But he has just led and led and led. Yeah. Roland is, I mean, he's put a little bit of pressure on him, but there's not enough there. He's still half a second off it.
Wehrlein's just got that little, Wehrlein's got that little lead ahead of Roland that he's keeping a nice little space.
But who's up to 12th?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Little bird in the tree.
So the two boys are together now, Robin and Sam. And if you've seen any of their social media outside of the racing, those guys are really, really good friends.
Yeah.
So they used to race together years ago, and now they're on the Formula E grid together, and also in the same team. So I see Robin putting up Insta stories of Sam sort of being silly and that sort of thing. They've got a really, really good relationship. It's nice to see. But then I don't think there's any
how much can I say?
Is there
How
ever,
much can I say?
is there ever any like fisticuffs?
It gets a bit heated.
I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen two drivers in Formula E go at each other, but there have definitely been times where teammates haven't massively got on. And just as an example, this weekend there's a bit of confusion because Jose Maria Lopez at Dragon thought he was going to be driving in tomorrow's test in Mexico, and they've got someone else to drive his car. So I bet those two probably aren't on the best terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Techeetah guys are really good mates as well, apart from when they had that bit of a moment. Where was it? Was
Santiago last
year. Santiago last year, wasn't it, when they kind of committed the cardinal sin of hitting his teammates?
Yeah, so we've just seen Da Costa at the back of this 5-car train. Da Costa's activated his attack mode. And now that we're in the last 12 minutes, this could be the defining moment of the race, who uses attack mode and when, and whether they can get anything out of it. So Da Costa's blinked first, he's gone for attack mode, he's now going to try and get onto the back of that top four and get himself in the position to overtake.
So a lot of people are asking at home, how hot was that? Joe, what state are you in?
So this, right? Now, if you watch some...
Once you've got position...
if you watch some FIFA videos I've done some, like, chili hot sauce forfeits. Now, with those, they weren't on my tongue for very long. That was fully disintegrated, like fully all over it. And I think, oh yeah, mate. And then I didn't even spit it out for a while. So like, yeah, that was disgusting. Probably the worst spicy thing I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, no, legit.
No, I've done Carolina Reaper twice on 2 occasions.
Was it that bad?
It's not a big loss, is it?
Worse.
Worse, yeah. But that wasn't... I thought it was mild.
Back from Roland, that's...
Anyway,
I don't think it was mild.
What about for you? Is that okay?
I was okay. Do you know what? The yoghurt really helped. It looked suspect, but it really helped.
It doesn't look great, but
that's as well. Absolutely, Bob.
Yeah.
But it does really help.
A lot of people are coming in with the reactions. Just Joe's face as soon as he takes the bite is pretty amazing.
That's a lovely move.
Oh, what's happening here?
What's going on over there, Scott?
Oh my!
Cracking side-by-side action.
It's amazing how, with so little space on this track, a lot of the drivers are making the most.
Ooh, that's exactly what I said about
on the outside of him there.
Yeah, because that's coming into that attack mode. You know, when I said as soon as they exit attack mode, they're right into the racing line. So
wow. Let's fade up some of the comments and see what happens.
Evans and Verne are now under investigation for causing a collision. So now it's Buemi and Da Costa that are going to try and climb up to the back of the 3 cars in front.
So would you rather be ahead without attack?
Yeah,
You
sort of want to be settled, don't you?
Yeah. The guy ahead of you doesn't.
We're into the last quarter of the race, though. So
last 10 minutes. Though.
Yeah.
Just one lap.
Da Costa's car is broken. The suspension, he's steering to one side. The suspension is bent on that car, so he's doing a great job to stay in P5.
Wow.
Ebbing and flowing between these guys is
the grass is all over Roland.
Middle of the track, it's one of the bollards, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. But now Roland is closer to Degrassi than Verline is to Roland. Well, now they're all equidistant as they come into Degrassi's line. Oh, does he get it? Yes.
That was definitely not done on purpose. He caught himself on the curb and it nearly sent him.
I wonder if he changed his mind last minute.
It's going back to front.
But now that's given it...
If you go through that area and then you don't arm it, though, what happens?
So you need to go through both the gates and then you need to activate it. So you can go through it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't automatically mean you've used it just because you've gone through it. You could go through it, but you wouldn't want to go offline more than once.
Good point.
Massa, meanwhile, has been shuffled back now behind Lotterer.
Well, we're coming basically into the final section of the race here now. It's getting into the game time. It's the big moment. How high can Sam Bird get?
Realistically, I don't think he's doing more than
from looking at Degrassi behind.
Honestly, like, it is what it is, but it just goes to show like how important the starting position is. Sorry. Yeah, the starting position, because obviously, like, those top 5, they've pretty much stayed the same, have they?
They have pretty much. Degrassi's dropped down one.
A lot of people going again.
Whoa.
Degrassi into second.
Degrassi's up into second.
Oh, no.
There he goes, up. Rolling down.
So stupid. Roland's so stupid. He took the tap mode, he had the position, it was done.
Because his teammate...
No, he's going to...
touched.
Try not to hit your teammate.
Yeah, and we learned earlier on in the season how horrible it can be if you grab your teammate off the track.
Do you think
were you at that? You were at that race,
Yeah.
weren't you?
It was
That must have been
like the
incredible.
complete. He was just shocked. He was like, they're on the same team here.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They've just screwed it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's almost a sackable offence? You know, if you fully took out your teammate, would your team principal be like, nah?
I reckon if you maliciously just absolutely torpedoed someone, that's a serious conversation.
Was it Buemi a few years ago who tried it on Degrassi, or Degrassi on Buemi?
Degrassi drove up the back of Buemi in the title decider in Battersea Park, for the 2015-16 title.
That's pretty aggressive.
Yes.
I really wish they'd bring it back.
Verline keeps the lead, but now Degrassi is right with him, and they've got the same amount.
Your race leader, Verline.
Yep, he's just taken it, and he's got longer in attack mode than everyone else now.
But Verline's got it for 2 minutes.
Brilliant.
Now, a couple of years ago, D'Ambrosio actually ended up dropping so many places. He ran out of battery, didn't he? Scott.
Oh my.
That was a few years back when D'Ambrosio actually didn't manage his battery well enough, and in the end it cost him a load of places.
He went on an ultra long strategy. It just didn't work out. That's how Degrassi won that race in the back. Was a crazy battery strategy.
Wow.
So if any of the top three win, it will be again a completely new winner of this race.
It's crazy.
In the clear with 6 minutes plus a lap to go.
Degrassi's putting on more of a fight against Verline than Roland was.
Yeah, Roland just could never make that final move, could he?
It's just disappointing because like Roland in the space of a few corners, he's really compromised his team's race because he came through the attack zone. He should have kept second, but he locked up, ran wide, and then because he had that little set two with Buemi at the next corner, they've fallen 2 seconds off the lead. So now they're not fighting for the win anymore going into the final minutes, and it's just now head to head Verline versus Degrassi.
A bit of a rookie, or is he experienced?
Roland's a Formula E rookie. Yeah,
so maybe that was it. It was like his head. He wasn't able to fully compose himself.
Yeah, and I think he's an emotional driver as well. So when that first mistake happens, it's kind of suddenly a bit all over the place, a bit on edge, and that's when another mistake creeps.
I wonder what his team say to him on his radio. Just try and settle your driver down, basically.
Once I think he did that with Buemi, I think that was a very sensible. Come on, look, bring it home now. 3rd and 4th, this is pretty good.
Yeah. He's got 10 seconds of attack mode left.
Degrassi's getting tight.
Degrassi's got attack mode and he's desperately trying to get round Verline right now. 3 seconds. He's just not going to get it. But no, right.
Lucas Degrassi.
Yeah! Oh, here we go. Final 5 now.
And now you should see Verline just start to creep away because he's got the attack mode and Degrassi has run out.
But he's got to look after the tyres doing it.
Yeah.
Because you run out of tyres, you're in all kinds of trouble. Look at the tyre.
Wow,
you
look
can
at
see the tread pattern is getting really
thin
on that right.
But look at the battery. Like Verline's only got 13% back. Like that's only going to give you a couple minutes on Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what Scott was saying earlier. It's like when you've only got like X amount left.
Right.
All these guys are going to make it to the end, aren't they, with these percentages?
They should do, yeah.
Gas come down to 1.3 seconds.
I've chosen the right race here.
Yeah.
For such a rookie as well, like he's had a lot of pressure going into this. He was like, yeah, I know, but he had realistically a lot to do, even though he's already like at the beginning, like first, but done it well.
You've got to earn that spot and then keep it. We've seen other people lose it this season.
Yeah, like he hasn't bottled it or anything.
No, this is good.
Turvey that was leading and then just completely crashed out.
Yeah, I think Turvey stopped when he I think Rosenquist had it.
Oh, maybe it was Felix. Rosenquist.
But we see it all the time. Like Formula E is so full of late drama. You never rule it out. I mean, you see Verline's building a little bit of a gap now, but I actually expected Degrassi to fall a little bit further away, considering he's 25 kilowatts down. You know, it's 12.5% more power. That's how much Verline has at the moment compared to Degrassi. So if Degrassi can keep in this sort of zone, last couple of laps could be a bit spicy as that chili we all had to eat.
3.5 minutes.
Robin France, and I imagine
Bird in attack mode.
Bird is in attack mode, but like, I mean, could he still win it? But like, I reckon 10th for Bird is a win.
Getting to the points, that'd be pretty good for him.
Yeah.
I think what will be interesting as well is you can see that the sun is starting to set.
Yeah.
So that's going to cause quite a low sun. You know what it's like when you're driving on the M25 and that sun, and you're just like squinting, trying to see. That is exactly what's going to be happening to these boys. And then you add in visors you know, low, like being very low in the cars as well. That's going to cause a lot of glare.
Does the visor have, does it have like Polaroid?
They've all got tinted visors,
They
yeah,
will
so they'll have
yeah.
a bit of that. But then it's not just the fact that there's a glare on the sun. The light's also fading.
Go on then, my boy.
The visor's not great. So now they're equal footing. Verline's attack mode's worn off, so this is just a straight fight.
Free for all now.
Wow.
Now he's just got to hold him up.
2.5 minutes left.
Bird to 11th. He's overtaking his teammate.
Oh.
Come on, Bird.
But that allows
to be fair, can Bird get back up?
Turn 2.
Let's listen to a bit more comms, see what we can get.
Both in normal mode.
Oh!
All of a sudden, Pascal Verlaine is really struggling.
Have the tyres just...
The tyres are starting to fade off.
No!
That's the thing. You can see Verline.
Verline's actually struggling.
Verline, the thing is, you can see they were saying
It's
on the
energy. It's energy. Degrassi's got 2% more energy.
I haven't seen all.
No!
It's also his tyres are fading off.
So
He's got 2 minutes and 1 lap.
2% less
Yeah.
than Degrassi.
Verline's going to be a sitting duck into turn 1. I think Lucas needs to just set himself up, get a good run through here, stay nice and close, and then keep tight out.
That's Alan McNish, right?
Do the teams know the other percentages? Surely
They'll be looking at these screens.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how they get their information.
So that
They'll be feeding it back.
Right, so surely they will know now. Now is this, we just need to do this, Lucas.
Yeah.
We need to go through that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right, so here we go. So
Verlaine
he
was
should
told that in the last race.
line
He didn't
himself up
really
here.
enjoy that either, did he?
Right, let's see.
move.
What's it gonna be?
Here he goes.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh.
You're back! Oh! No, he hasn't done it though.
Nice. That was that's great defense.
Really,
That was
really
technique. That was.
Verline deserves this at this
See,
point.
this guy here is
Yeah, he just does.
Did you see the guy that was sat with his hand behind his head? That's Alan McNish. So he is the Audi team principal.
Yes.
So he is like a Le Mans legend.
Yep.
Huge guy
Ex-Formula 1 driver.
huge guy in this game.
Can your boy hold on? He's basically got 55 seconds to 1 lap.
Another lap, right?
Yeah.
Race as well.
So not only is it a combination of energy and tyres.
Yeah.
2 laps left.
Yeah.
2 laps, basically. 2
Oh.
laps. And he's got a driver literally right behind him
Oh.
who's ready to
Do you
overtake.
reckon Dilbag's
Dillbag's going to be all over the place.
Dilbag Gill is the team principal of Mahindra. He's going to be super excited.
Remember
because he's had a bad
that the
time.
more Lucas pushes like this, the more he goes that extra mile down the straight into the first into the corners. He's using more energy. So he had 2% more.
4%.
He's going to.
4%.
4%. So there you go. He's only got 1% more now. So it could be now or never.
Around him. Oh,
Could be now or never.
Oh!
He's going for it again.
Will he make that move?
Oh, he's right up his arse.
Let's see.
Roland's got
What?
2%. He's not
Oh, Roland's got 2% now.
Roland's
Roland's not going to finish the race.
2% as
all
well.
of them.
Oh, punch up.
Oh, it's so close.
All these guys might struggle to get to the end because they're all pushing each other so much. 3%. There's 2% within
He
there.
just needs to hold on. He just needs to hold on.
I saw 1%. That wasn't.
This
It's
time for
this.
Nissan.
It's this
Come on,
plus 1
Pascal.
lap.
3.
It's this. And then, by the way, after this, you've got the plus 1 lap.
No, they're in the plus 1 lap now.
No. The time's only just run down. So they should have this and one more. So they're all going to be. Mortara's the only one really going to be.
Mortara might be the one to win, rolling over the line.
What happens if they just...
If they don't make it to the line.
Roland's got 1%. They've still got a lap.
Their whole team's got 1%.
Is it like your iPhone, though, where your 1% is pretty good at the end? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Corner, unless for some reason there's the checkered flag now, but there won't be, because that's not how
One
the
more
race
lap.
works.
There we
It's
go.
one more lap. One more lap. Wow.
No!
There we go. Look at that.
He's only got 2% battery.
Degrassi on Verline.
Can't do it.
Degrassi and Verline. Couldn't do it there.
Come on.
Nissans are...
1%. 1%. He's going to...
Is he going to make it?
He's going to block out.
He just needs Degrassi to push him.
There he goes.
No!
Inside contact.
Is he gone?
He's cut it there.
No, that's illegal.
No way.
He's not allowed to do that, is he? No. So that means he's out of the race.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. There'll be something they'll look
They'll
into.
investigate.
Yeah.
But it's all right because he's sitting duck. He's a sitting duck.
Unless W Costa gets involved.
No! Oh, he's
The
going
Nissans are out.
The Costa's come up.
The
The
Nissans have
Costa's
got to
come up
stop
to third.
from falling down there.
The Costa's got broken suspension as well.
Burns up to 9th. Go on.
Question.
Oh, he's going to get done, and he knows.
Lucas has made a move.
Oh, defend it.
He's defending like an absolute
Champion.
Champion.
Come on.
Verline.
0%.
Amazing.
At the last minute.
He did it.
Tara is third.
Shut up. What's happened?
Mexico City E-Prix.
Degrassi wins.
It never fails to
Degrassi won.
That's incredible.
Shut up. Last second.
That is amazing.
Oh, my Lord. Was here in the finish
I have
line.
never seen it.
I cannot believe that.
inches. That was inches.
I've never seen anything like that. That's amazing.
The finish line was here.
Literally. You see the guy up on the screen there? That was Alejandro Agag, the guy who owns the whole sport. Let's go to the comms and see.
Oh, my Lord. I can't believe it.
That is...
Oh, mate. I'm gutted for Wehrlein.
Wehrlein's been given a 5-second penalty for cutting the chicane.
Oh, yeah, he would have got
so
that
he's definitely lost that.
Dropping well down.
That is...
But wait, so how far down is he going to go?
That's shocking.
Well, what a bookend event to his...
Oh, my Lord.
We
He's
send
even got a little
Scott,
celebration. Yeah, they got that.
Back over to race and drop. But the problem is if he gets that 5-second penalty...
He's going to drop even further down.
Very far down, yeah.
Congratulations.
That's what they do. They're talking to the winner now. Let's have a listen to comms.
Is he doing some donuts?
What a fucking race!
Apologies for the language.
Oh man, I never had so much adrenaline. Woo!
Well, you left it to the last minute.
Oh, I never crossed the finish line sideways. Oh my god. Woo! Woo!
Congratulations.
You see so Wehrlein drops, I think Wehrlein will drop to 6th.
That's what it means to everybody.
Come on.
Look at this.
Look,
Wait.
this is the...
Watch the replay here.
Look at the finish line.
That's why he has to get out of it.
Sideways.
He takes the checkered flag.
So what, did his car just run out of battery then?
Yeah. De Costa over here must have been like thinking, imagine if both of them take the other one out.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what an end to the race there. Let us know what you thought to the end of the race on hashtag #FEVoltage and at @FEVoltage. We'll read your comments out within the next 20 minutes, half an hour.
Wow.
Wow. Well, that was intense stuff right towards the end there, wasn't it?
I'm more out of breath than when we had the chili.
Look at this replay of like how he literally...
Look how happy he is.
See, how I know that guy?
That's not pure chance.
Genuinely.
It feels like pure chance, doesn't it? I feel happy for those guys, but
look
at Alejandro there. Oh, he's gutted. I love Alejandro's face at the end. Look at him there.
Look at Dilbag.
Wait. Oh. Hands on the head.
So FE Chief Alejandro Agag. That reaction there is just, I don't know how I keep doing it. Yeah. This championship's incredible.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Testosterone!
Incredible stuff here. Is there any chance that whole battery situation there was down to the fact they had to stop for a little while? That will have had something to do with the energy reserves, won't it?
It was a complicated race because obviously they had the few laps at the beginning, then they had to get going again. They came up behind the safety car as well, so that would have used up more. Yeah. But it was also in a really, really intense fight.
Yeah.
But that front three, and then it was the front 5 at the end.
Look at
he's taking everything.
Loving it. Look,
he's kissing it.
Joe, he's reacting similar to you after you had the hot chili.
Oh, mate.
Lucas de Grassi there. You've got to be happy for Lucas as well, haven't you? Like
fair play.
He raced well there, yeah, fair play.
That's Mark Schneider, the Audi team press officer.
Join us back over the sofa, Joe.
Mate, like, imagine what Wehrlein must be thinking right now.
Yeah. So,
and he's dropped all of that.
We want to know what the podium was.
We want to know what the podium is.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
So, Lucas de Grassi, Antonio Felix da Costa, and Eduardo Mortara.
What?
Where did Bird end up coming?
Bird finished 9th.
9th?
Oh, so not even too far off.
So literally 2 spaces between you guys.
And Wehrlein did drop to 6th.
Yeah. No.
A lot of people very, very unhappy on the Twitter here. Holy moly, what a finish.
Holy
Jack Tyler.
Holy guacamole.
Supercar co-pilot says the first Formula E I've ever watched, and what a finish.
Yeah.
Imagine that being your first ever race.
Yeah.
And to be fair, every race we've done this season, which is every race, has been really, really dramatic. Yeah. But this is just taking it to another level.
That's insane. He literally, like, how did that even happen? Like, it was like...
A drag race to the finish, effectively. An overtake just by... I mean, it was 0.2 of a second. He was 0.210 seconds behind, which, as you could see, manifests itself on a racetrack as about 2 centimetres, if that.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the tightest finishes I think we'll ever see in the sport, isn't it?
Yeah,
and in motorsport in general. Yeah.
If you were Wehrlein right now, what would be going through your head?
Oh, by the way, we can hear from Lucas de Grassi. He's with Nicky Shields.
An incredible moment to cross the finish line like that.
I think today was my best Formula E race ever.
Really?
It was unbelievable. Wehrlein was very dodgy, closing the door, changing direction many times. So I tried to put pressure on him, make him use energy, and then in the last corner, he just slowed down, tried to close the door, and I crossed the line sideways. It's unbelievable.
I mean, we've seen a couple of the drivers obviously drop out of the points now due to energy management, but you didn't have a problem at all. You had plenty of energy.
Well, I think we did a fantastic job. I'd like to thank everybody from Audi Sport. They did a fantastic job. We had a difficult beginning of the season, but now we're back. And yeah, we're going to celebrate a lot tonight.
Excellent. Congratulations. Well done.
Oh, lovely interview there from Nicky Shields. And you've got to be happy for Lucas, haven't you? Like, he's a stalwart in this sport, and he's been here for such a long time now.
Yeah, but that's what we're kind of fighting against in Formula E, is like you don't want someone to sort of keep that place. You want the rookies to really start to shine. I feel bad for Wehrlein. I think he has had so much like talent, and yet just every time he just gets dogged by something.
It's incredible, really, isn't it? This really sets up the next race as well in Hong Kong so well.
Yeah, it's going to be
But this is the thing as well for Wehrlein. He's got so much going for him. I feel like he's a good-looking chap. He knows how to
Let's hear from Nicky.
There you go.
Before the race started, you try everything, and to be honest, we were so fast. I think we had the most efficient car there. Like, Buemi was struggling. We went a lap longer than him, and I had more pace than him. So that's a really good indication, but I knew we were going to pick up the pieces. I told my engineer, let's pick up the pieces, let's stay here. And yeah, it's great. I mean, it was crazy last lap. I just wanted to bring it home, wanted to stay away from the chaos, but yeah, happy with that. The team deserves it. It's a shame for Alex, he got hit in the beginning, but yeah, we're building up from this, so it's all good.
Brilliant, thanks very much. And we'll grab a quick word with Eduardo Mortara as well. Edo, congratulations, podium P3.
Yeah, I mean, don't know where it was, where that came from actually on the last lap. But we had a pretty good race. We had a pretty good race pace, and to be honest, the last, let's say, like 3-4 laps, I could see that I was catching the people in front of me. But I was just praying that they were not doing any mistakes and not any contacts, because they had Jerome behind me, and I didn't want to lose that much time. P4 in Santiago, P3 now here. I mean, yeah, let's see.
I mean, this is such a great time for Venturi at the moment, isn't it?
Great time. I wouldn't say great time, but it's for sure better times. We struggled so much last season, and also in the first 2 race weekends this season. But we knew that we had some improvements coming, and they are coming, and it feels great actually.
Excellent. The times are changing. Yeah. Congratulations. Go and enjoy that podium.
Amazing stuff there. Let's go out to Saunders now, who's out there on the side of the track. Saunders, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm actually by the side of the podium, and I am just in I'm in awe of what just happened. In my life, have I ever seen anything like that?
I love you, Saunders.
Unbelievable. I was watching it as it unfolded the last few laps, just being like, I was just like, what? What's going on? No, this happened, then that happened, that happened. I was unbelievable. Go on. Should we get a picture?
Yeah.
Saunders, if you can go another octave higher.
Carry on if you can.
Pretty incredible stuff, though, wasn't it?
An octave higher. Don't know about that. I'll try my best. But anyway, yeah, it was incredible, Laurence. I've never seen anything like it. Absolutely amazing.
What was the atmosphere like as the race was coming to an end?
Pascal, we had a chat with him before the start, and he looked positive. I kissed his car. What more luck do you need? But apparently that wasn't enough luck.
I wonder, Saunders, whether you kept him lucky or not. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, so far up to now, I've had a pretty good track record with the people that I've talked to on the grid.
Yep.
But maybe not today. I'm gutted for him, but also happy for Mortara to get some points for Venturi. They've been struggling. Happy for Antonio to get some points as well. He's had an unlucky few races. So bittersweet, but what a race.
It doesn't get any better. That's a perfect advert for Formula E as well. If this is your first race, congrats. You've really looked in on the right time. Yeah. Go for it, Joe. Go on.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this is, I mean, it's not just great if you're watching on TV, you're watching at home. If you were here, if it's your first Formula E race and you're in Mexico City and you're sitting with 20,000 other Formula E fans and stuff like that is happening, can you make a better experience than that? Unbelievable.
No. Saunders, it's absolutely fantastic stuff from you today. Again, thank you very much. We'll see you at the next race in Hong Kong.
Shout me in.
Great guy, Saunders. Follow him on Instagram at Saunders.
He says you always say that.
We're not going to be on air long enough to see the podium.
Wait.
That will be all right. Don't worry about it.
Wait, apparently you always go, check out Saunders on Instagram.
Yeah. When? Whoever said that?
He said it. He said it. You say it after every time.
Right.
I'm told we can look at the race results there. Let's take a look at this screen. Does anyone want to join me? Right.
On Instagram.
Up at the top there, you see Lucas Di Grassi, Felix da Costa just down here. It's Eduardo Mortaro must have really thought, have I just made it into the top 3?
I was going to say, wait, where did he even come
Jerome
from?
D'Ambrosio as well, started 18th.
D'Ambrosio. You get all these guys get points, right?
Yes.
All these way down to 10. So how many points do you get in 10?
1 point for 10.
1.2,
2,
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 18, 25. Wow, so it's really giving him.
So we can see here, like, all the different teams that you've got up here as well. Like,
it shows the diversity as well. There's not one dominant team in there, particularly here, right?
Nissan, nowhere to be seen because of
I know,
the
it's
capitulation
ridiculous.
for Roland and Buemi.
This is his second win at this track, right, Di Grassi?
And in the most, again,
ridiculous.
2 wins in Mexico,
But
2 wins in ludicrous circumstances.
And if Da Costa, I mean, this.
Let's see how that impacts the championship standings. Can we get those that graphic up as well?
Are you guys all? I don't.
Yeah, no, these guys are just standing in masks.
I know. I'm like, you know, when you get nervous.
Somehow, Jerome D'Ambrosio is back on top
there.
of the championship standings.
And that's purely because of, at the end, everyone crashing down into different positions.
Absolutely.
46 points there for Felix da Costa. And Sam Bird, your man, finishes on 45 points there.
But look at that.
Incredible stuff.
But it's changed it
that
all.
means you, Joe, get to smash up the piñata.
Oh!
Yes, incredible stuff. Joe,
right.
Here's your stick right there.
Here we go. I accept thy
Let's start
stick.
talking a bit about where the whole of the championship is headed next. We are on our way to Hong Kong in the next race. Which camera am I playing to here, guys? I'm going for that one.
Oh, I feel like I need to get out of the way for this.
We're off to Hong Kong next in just 3 weeks' time. Join us there. It's going to be fantastic. Thanks a lot for joining us today as well. It's been really good.
Right, boys and girls, let's have it.
It's been a great show, and it's the 50th E-Prix next time we come back. But thanks for sending in all your tweets. It's been, yeah, it's great. See you again next time.
Come here, is it gone yet?
Hey!
Yeah!
That's it!
Yay!
Very good to have you guys. Join us in Hong Kong in just 3 weeks' time. There's an amazing promo coming up for you guys to watch, so don't turn off just yet. Head over to all the social channels to see all the good stuff, and we'll see you in just a couple of weeks live in Hong Kong. Bye-bye.
Yeah!
We'll be right back.